Okay.
Hello, 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 testing. Hello everyone, sorry it deselected my microphone. How's everyone doing? Hoping you're having a wonderful weekend, hope your Sunday's going well. Yes indeed, it's time for yet another Meme Stock Meltdown stream. Y'all selected the judge outfit today, which seems appropriate as we will probably, honestly, be judging these people at least a little bit. So let's go ahead and get into it. We are going to be doing a patron-only stream after this stream. So if you'd like, make sure you become a patron or a YouTube member, and you can be a part of that. We're going to watch another public domain Halloween film. Later in the month, I do want to do some trivia. Because of the 8-hour stream and stuff, I didn't get time to put that together, so next Sunday will have to be the horror trivia stuff we're going to do. And that'll be fun. But today we're going to watch another public domain horror movie after stream on the patron-only stream. And it was fun. Last time we watched a really great one with Bela Lugosi called The Devil Bat. It was really entertaining. So we'll find another good one today. Hey Nemesaur, how's it going? Rico59, thanks for 18 months. That's a sub baby. This sub baby's name is going to be Polte's Ego. A very big baby. Social Warlock, Trey with the, hats off. Trey, what would you like me to wear with that hats off command? Let me pull up my command thing so I can mark that off. Didn't mean to do that. Hey, Catalina Gearbox, how's it going? Anything works? And the law are magic, so they think words are magic, so witch hat. Okay, I can do a witch hat for this. That sounds nice. Judge Witch. You have huge news for me, Catalina Gearbox. Criminal whistleblower lawyer claims client knew Trump surveillance of Democratic officials. Oh! Like Watergate! Fun! There. Judge Witch. How's that? Is this thematic? Is this a costume? Here we are. I'm some kind of character. If you want to get when he jumps in, it's a bit further back. Let me find the timestamp. I thought I went to the timestamp, not the one that you had pinned initially at the top. I went to this one down here at 1 hour, 26 minutes, 25 seconds. I think that's the correct, him coming in. Could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. So we will take a look at that later. Noisy Korak, so we know from YouTube chat, who hangs out, has his own channel. Cool guy. 106 is when he comes in? Alright, cool, thank you. 106. Polte went on his show last night. We will take a look at that in a little bit. But we'll start off with a little bit of short material. Let's pull some of that up, see what Marantz and PP have been up to, and then we'll get into it. Have I seen the new Transformers toys that transform on their own? Yes, someone actually posted a video the other day. Very cool. And Wild Weasel says Shout Factory has an associated YouTube channel called Toku Shoutsu, which streams 24/7 old Toku shows. They do. They're also on Twitch, and they're really great. They're also available on Tubi and Freevee, so if you have either of those, you can watch some tokusatsu there. I've been very into the tokusatsu lately. I'm making my way through Charavan right now, and Ultra Q. I'm trying to get into Ultraman, even though the first series is not, like, super connected. I still like to start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start. So I've been watching that. Tubi or not Tubi? Funny. Yeah, Tubi, you can watch Tokusatsu and classic Doctor Who. You gotta sit through ads, but usually when that happens, I just mute it and I go on my phone. Whatever. I really shouldn't provide free advertising for these people. Pay me! Pay me, Shout Factory! I've given you enough money for your DVDs. Anyway, welcome everyone, like I said. Today we're doing meme stocks. It should be fun. We're doing patron stream after, but for now let's start off with some shorter videos. I think I need to switch the camera angle here briefly so it fits better there. There we go. Oh, this is interesting. I did want to talk about Kais. So Kais has been beefing with Ryan Cohen, and I guess he sold his GameStop shares. So that's pretty fun. We'll watch this video where he announces he sold his GameStop shares, and then a video that's a space call from Twitter where people are basically mad at him and Polte.
You disclosed a 9.8% stake.
Paul Lind Halloween special when? We watched it yesterday! We watched at least part of it yesterday.
In GameStop March of this year and urged the board to adjust the company's strategy. In August, you sold that position. Why?
I have to speak more.
That initial clip, to be clear, is from a Ryan Cohen interview. He just cut that part out and made it seem like he was in an interview. This is just him posting them.
Or in generalities, my views of the business clearly changed. And I was clearly critical of the strategy. In general, it's rare to see a company having almost $4 billion cash money, debt-free, and its stock price was going up for the best interest of its shareholders.
I do want to point out
and then,
that in theory, at least, assuming Kais did actually sell these, he may not have, he may be lying. He is kind of an interesting guy that makes stuff up, so it's possible. But if he did sell these shares, that means everyone still in GME is a worse investor than Kais Malej, which is pretty impressive.
and suddenly the decision from the corporates in that company decide to dilute the stock and pushing the stock price down. And so, you know, when I saw that, my views of the management and the business ultimately.
H-Bird says, since Kais sold his GameStop stock, Keith Gill has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Just ruin Kais.
Changed. So I sold.
My mic is quieter than the video. I apologize. I'll turn them down a little bit. Did that help? That was probably not enough noise afterward. Anyway, here's the Spaces call where people are kind of ganging up on Kais and Polte.
Do you still love Ryan Cohen, or you?
Well,
what are you doing?
Listen, when there is, I mean, Ryan Cohen as it
betrays everyone.
as Ryan Cohen, his grandma said once, Ryan, I don't like you, I love you.
And as we know, the relationship that Kais has with Ryan Cohen is very similar to a grandmotherly relationship in that they've never met.
Same thing for me, right? But why I'm doing that? Because I'm pissed off of waiting. I'm frustrated of waiting. And this is normal situation. But do I hate the guy? No, I like him. That's it.
When does Sarah McLachlan start playing in the background? For a price of 1 cup of coffee a day, you too can save the sanity and life of a baggie somewhere close to you. Empty Durr, thanks for continuing your membership, or actually starting a membership on YouTube.
Fuck you, dude.
Accountability, and I'm not mad.
You know, I'll give you accountability. I'll meet you in the fucking corner and I'll kick your ass.
They get so violent. Why all the threats? Why all the threats? I understand that Kais is like an interesting fella, but do we need to resort to yelling threats at each other? Probably not.
How's that
That
accountability?
sounds very mature. I'm trying to have a
No,
respectful
it is mature
conversation.
because you're a fucking woke piece of shit.
I'm sorry, did he just call Kais a woke piece of shit? I don't think Kais has ever said or done anything that I would consider even what the right considers woke, except not be a white guy. That really feels like he just wanted to use a slur, but he couldn't, so he just said woke. In what way is Kais woke, other than he's just not a white guy? What?
I'll meet you on the fucking corner and I'll kick your ass. How's that
That
accountability?
sounds very mature. I'm trying to have a
No,
respectful
it is mature
conversation.
because you're a fucking woke piece of shit.
Yeah, he called him woke. Okay, I played it again to make sure I wasn't mishearing. He called him woke. Over what? What are you talking about?
That's calling out somebody who tries to help people.
I think
And no, I'm
he's a
not
mixed
a
bag.
person who
I
needs
think he's
help,
a mixed
but I'll
bag,
stick
and
up for him, so fuck you.
I want reconciliation, and he's
For
not willing
what?
to participate. And
What do you want reconciliation for?
Why don't you
What
let him
the
speak for
hell
himself?
do you want reconciliation for?
Because he's mistreated myself and other people. He hasn't
Oh,
apologized
fuck
for
you,
calling
dude.
them
How did
out
he do it? Did he come to your fucking front doorstep and say, hey, you're a fucking idiot? I don't like you. What did he do?
Listen, you sound emotional, and
Famous,
you sound like you have
famous,
low
would you bring that
intelligence.
guy down?
And then
Famous,
you're
famous.
gonna put Kai's on a
Listen,
platform.
Mate, you're fine. Hey, Kais, are you driving around New York City right now?
yes, right now I'm in Queens.
You doing Uber?
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Palte, the worst person at trying to defuse a given situation. Complete non sequitur. Hey, Kais, you driving around New York, buddy? You doing your Uber? Why is he talking to Kais like that? Overthought says, what's their saying? Apes internal strife together?
Making money.
Absolutely.
And
Non-stop.
we will continue to support his.
You know, famously, you make a ton of money doing Uber. That's a very in touch with the working class man thing to say, Palte.
Blackmailing of Ryan Cohen, and like, are we kidding? This guy is.
Why is Palte even doing this? He has tiny helicopter charter money. Attention, in my opinion. I think he's someone who very much likes attention. And that's kind of his main thing, is getting a group around him that respects him, that treats him as important and smart. That seems to be his main drive to be a part of this community, on top of attempting to use them to somehow wrest control of his family's former company, or I guess his family's company. His family is still a part of it, but he's not. It's a publicly traded company, but a lot of his family members are still involved on the board and in other avenues of the business. He's not. So he's trying to wrest control of that away, or at least get put back in, and he thinks he can use these people. But in the meantime, the attention, I imagine, doesn't hurt. Again, just my opinion, just my cursory read based on the things I've seen about him.
Such phony baloney. Like, guys, man up. What are you doing? You're an Uber driver.
Hey, famous, I'm walking into this concert, and I don't want this guy in my life, so I'm not going to even
Yes.
respond to
I'm
this
sorry,
guy.
brother. I tried to stick up for you, but everybody got mad at me.
No, I don't. I
Have,
mean,
have
the
fun,
guy,
Bill.
the guy's obsessed with
I'm
me.
not obsessed with
Well,
you.
let
So,
him argue with me.
I think
famous,
you're a fraud that's been using our community more than you say you are.
famous.
But dude,
I'll catch you later, all right, brother?
all right, brother. I hate.
Have fun, Bill.
I don't bow.
All right, he left. You're a piece of shit, dude.
Hey,
You're a piece of shit.
Listen,
You didn't
I'm
get
gonna say
what you
one thing.
wanted. Your
gonna say
mother
one
didn't
thing.
suckle you from the tit right, and now you gotta bash people.
I'm gonna say
Your mother didn't suckle you from the tit right.
one thing.
It's a very specific, strange insult.
One thing.
What?
We didn't get Bill to apologize, which he had basically what happened in May. To happen in May.
These guys argue like high schoolers. Oh, wait till the next clip I'm gonna show you. It's awful. I'm genuinely, like, in awe of the level and lack of maturity. And I'm not gonna pretend I'm the most mature person in the world. You know me. You know I can get pretty immature. But oh my goodness. The level that we see with some of these people is bewildering.
After the event.
What?
Like, they talk like they're in a Halo, like, lobby from, like, 2006.
What happened in May?
Bill called me, Chad, Mags, other people, saying that we're working against him and we're doing all this stuff, and reinforced this idea that we're some kind of consultants or some shit like that.
I don't know if they knew he had claimed to sell at this point, but they knew he had been threatening Ryan Cohen. Kais had been posting a countdown and basically, Ryan Cohen, reveal your secret plan by X day, otherwise I'm gonna do something. And it turns out the thing he did is claim to sell his shares. I don't know if this had happened by the time he claimed to sell his shares, but other meme stock people were mad at Kais for daring to say bad things about Ryan Cohen, who they have deified to a pretty absurd level.
People to think that. And then when he had an opportunity to apologize in the personal DMs, he did not. He refused to apologize and to make do, and was constantly
Thanks, Smoking Dog Man.
playing victim instead of actually trying to reconcile. So I don't.
Well, that
I'm
doesn't
not the
seem
only
like
one
somebody
that
that wants
I'm not the
nothing
only one
to.
that thinks this. I want reconciliation.
Correct.
Bill doesn't want anything to do with me, and if that's what it is, if he's too much of a chump because he can't handle feedback because he's been a rich kid on third base his entire life and hasn't had to deal with real people giving real feedback and criticism.
I think that's a pretty fair analysis of Polte. Like, it's coming from a meme stock person, but I don't think you need to be a super genius to see what's going on with Polte.
Because he's a bitch and he can't handle it, that's fine. That's fine. If that's what he wants
But
to
see, you're
know.
making a lot of assumptions,
No.
and you're calling
What
him
do
a
you mean?
bitch, and apparently this
That
stems
Chris was
from
on
one
third
thing that
base.
happened back in May, bro. Like, come
No,
on,
it's
man.
I
way
think
more.
Neon
Way
Come
brought
more.
on,
up
you
many
gotta
good
zoom
points.
out.
Dude,
way
Neon
more
brought up
than
Crystal, thanks for subscribing on
a
YouTube.
lot of good
I
points,
I
and Pulte
no.
refused
I
to
disagree,
address any
Sears.
of
I
them.
don't think they're good points.
He
I don't think they're
refused
good
to address
points.
any of that. So you don't think Pulte injected his massive ego into this community and created a division by saying you're with me or you're with the shills and all this?
What does it mean to say you're be on third base in this context? Being born on third base is a idiom saying that you were born rich. You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You were born on third base and think you hit a triple. Like, you were born a Nepo baby, but you're acting like you earned the wealth that you have when in reality it was handed to you.
Nonsense, and then assume that people who hold bed bath, who happen to fucking think it was funny that he flew on a helicopter after he made everybody wait for 3 hours and closed the bar. You
Here's
think
what I
that's not
think,
funny?
man. Here's what I think, bro.
We didn't come
No,
from
no. Here's
wealth
what I
here.
think.
We're against fucking Wall Street. This whole fucking
The
community,
money
this whole
is
movement is about
this
fucking the
point is
rich.
not is aside from the point. Well,
Is
good for
famous.
you, but I'm sure the
Nothing
ones you
comes
meet in
for free in
person are
this
even
world.
better.
Nothing comes for free in this world, and the Pulte plan is.
If costume month hits 2K, do we get 4 months of costumes? Yeah? Why do you ask? I didn't bring it up because we already hit 3 costume months, for those who didn't see. But yes, if we get to 2K on the thing that's there by the end of today, yes, it would get another month. But that's not going to happen, so it's fine. Toreador with 50 bits says, when the leopards are starving, they'll eat each other's faces. Fairness, have you tried leopard face? Delicious. Cicero Fields, thanks for a 3-stream streak.
That's the first thing you walked in this fucking community talking about. That Ryan Marshall guy.
Then don't invest in
Yeah,
it, bro.
you can go with him too.
Like...
And listen, you can believe in a guy who's too chicken to fucking answer any questions and run out of here and disrespect fucking Neon or anybody who's.
What are they mad about? They're mad about Kais and Pulte. That's all we need to watch of that clip. I wanted to show you this. This is the one I was telling you that speaks to their lack of maturity. This does have some slurs in it. They are bleeped. You can tell what they are, but they're bleeped, so they don't count towards, strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, because it is bleeped. You'll know what they're trying to say, though, and they're very immature and awful people.
Dude,
No, don't say that.
Like that
You
shit.
fucking
Just fuck you up real quick, dude.
No,
I mean,
like, really, dude, like, no, but seriously, I am a Christian.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, like, really, one time, me and my girl was doing a bunch of meth, and, like, it was like a fucking porno, dude, and, like, I started coming, right, and, like, I put it in her
Cancel
mouth,
this
and,
story,
like,
dude.
it, like, dude, like, it fucking blew, like, right out her nose. Like, it was fucking crazy. And, like, dude, she was saying it burned and shit, and I didn't know what to do to help, so I just did some dope. Fuck it.
Okay, so far in this story, we're only about a quarter of the way through this video. He and his girlfriend, they're Christian, by the way. He felt it important to preface with that. Did a bunch of meth. They got sexual. He completed in her mouth, but it got like all up in her sinuses and it burned. And she was in pain, and he thought, time to do more meth. Drug problems are serious. I feel bad that they're suffering from, or suffered, I guess, from some kind of addiction. It's an interesting story to tell, isn't it, though? Interesting story to tell. It's strange.
You ate some mushrooms, jizzed in the
No,
nose,
this was meth.
burnt. Oh, meth.
This
So
is
the
straight
meth.
up meth. Yeah, it's
So the
straight up.
meth.
It's probably the chemicals burning their nostrils. To be for
Yeah,
real.
the meth and the jizz
Yeah,
burned
it
really
might have been a
good.
meth.
Yeah, it like can't be a good, but like you know, what I mean, I keep it a buck, dude. And she was madder than
Yeah.
fuck, saying her nose was burning. I was
Dude,
like, I don't know what to
hey,
tell you. Get the fuck out.
imagine it got in her eyes. She could have been blind.
Yeah, this is very a Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about moment. Unshamed Mel with a $10 super chat says, butts to you we won't. Good day to you, Hannah. Good day to you too. Thank you for the super chat. Gifazoa says, I just got here. What the fuck? Yeah. I can echo that sentiment. Thanks, Harold Ebelman.
Think about
Right?
In your
that.
face?
In her nose.
But like, you know, I never had semen running through my nose, and I felt bad.
We're the kids.
My cousins
are. Stop using the word retard. My cousins are. Don't use that word. It's fucking. It's insensitive. That's very insensitive.
Fuck you, retard.
Fuck you.
R-slur and the N-word. Classy group of fellas.
Okay.
No, we don't
What the fuck? Who the fuck?
Jesus.
Who said that? I was.
Okay.
And then they all laugh about it, like again, like they're 11 years old in a COD waiting room.
That's
Oh, holy shit! Brain Injured Gamer, thanks for gifting 50 tier 1 subs. That's the biggest drop of gift subs I've had in like half a year. Thank you so much. That's an incredible amount. Thank you.
He charms.
Woo! That's like a whole other level of gifting. Jeesh, thank you so much.
That was a little.
Oh my god, yes, Lucky Charm.
Just pummeling the sub goal for the month. Thank you.
Come on, man.
No.
Like how many shades are you? How many shades are you, bro? You can't say that.
They're so immature. Let's take a look at Ethan's most recent disaster call, courtesy of Noisy Corax. And then I'll watch another clip Corax had Pulte on last night, and we'll see how that went. Jesus Christ. And then Nemesaur gifts 20 tier 1 subs on what's probably going to be the craziest hype train, and I don't even know how long. Not so far from 4K now, are ya? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we're almost on level 10. Okay, so this is a call with Ethan. Ethan is an AMC meme stock person who's also a sovereign citizen, and he is constantly harassing people to try and get stuff to happen to investigate the fact that he lost on his meme stocks. Paradona, thanks for 100 bits. Bumble Homestead, thanks for gifting a sub. 39% to level 10 on just an insane hype train out of the gate. Just want to play? There we go. Beatrice says, contributing to the train and also hijacking Hannah's voice to remind you to clean your glasses, everyone. Rockagom, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs, almost to level 10. Rofainer, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs and getting us over level 10. We did it! I never changed the rules, by the way. Level 10 used to be a costume day, so I guess that we also get an extra costume day at the end of the 3 months on top of the extra week. So we have, as of right now, we have 3 costume months and a week and a day. Also, I ordered the Spock costume and the ears. They should be here, I think, Tuesday. So by then we'll be adding it to the rotation, and then we'll get a survey out to figure out what the new costume will be, because we gotta get more for the 3 costume months. Oh boy, Overthought, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Can I speak to Christine Gonzalez, please?
I do. I owe you many costumes and costume days.
Oh, Christian, sorry. Good afternoon, sir. Hi. What's it called? You got a couple minutes?
Sure. What's in regards to?
My name's Ethan Leibowitz. I am an AMC shareholder. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I am an AMC shareholder.
He says it like people should immediately go, "Oh my goodness, sir, how can I help you?" AMC shareholder. Twelpy, thanks for 5 months, says Howdy. I'm doing pretty good. It's crazy hype train, people being incredibly generous today, so I'm doing great. Thanks, everyone. Rockagam says, sometimes chat shares a single brain cell, and that cell says, "Give us subs now," or "Give subs now." Unstable Deadbeat says, and hear us out. Hear me out here. You have to wear 2 costumes one day, maybe one on top of another. Oh man, I'd sweat to death.
And I'm reviewing the court documents out in Chancery Court, and I see there was your name as well as your colleague Derek Van Zant. How much were you aware of Project Popcorn?
Sorry, can I give you a call back?
Project Popcorn, I believe, I pulled up his website, is his website where he's trying to get people who are in the AMC thing to get together and basically send a bunch of legal documents into their local courts or, like, state attorneys to try and get something to happen to get their money back for AMC, which, of course, they're not entitled to, because that's not how any of this works. He's just upset that his stock he bought isn't worth as much as he hoped it would, which is just how stocks work. Sometimes you lose.
No, not really. Excuse me?
I'm sorry, it's not a good time right now. Can I give you a ring back?
I just asked you if you had a couple minutes.
Project Popcorn was also Citigroup's code name for the whole ape thing. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
You said yes. I asked you a simple, direct question. What was Project Popcorn about? And now you got to get off the phone?
Rockagam with 50 bits says, how many subs for a Danzy day? Us Danzy lovers have been starved for a goal since you took the 1 million point reward. How many subs for a Danzy day? 500! You gotta make it unobtainable. I do not want to listen to Danzy ever again. Also, she hasn't posted new content in quite a while, so.
Hello?
Calls back. Oh, apparently star 69 lets you get around a call block. That seems like an oversight. Harold Ebbelman says, what the font is Chancery Court, and why doesn't Apple run it? This is mostly a font joke for my wife, but I'm also curious. I'm tempting fate. I'll tempt it. That's fine. Minute left on the hype train.
19th, 2023, 9:57.
Hi, you're reached again. Please don't remember to offer the job. Thank you. Hi, you're reached again. Please don't remember to offer the job. Thank you.
Yeah, the hanging up is, it's kind of like the only way to win is not to play type thing, you know? Thank you everyone for that crazy hype train, almost to level 11. Thank you so much.
I just called Christian Gonzalez from City Banking.
Yeah, over 100 subs in 15 minutes. Incredible.
Go straight to voicemail.
Hi,
Thank you to everyone who gifted, especially Brain Injured Gamer and Nemesaur for just the insane sub drops. Seriously, thank you. I appreciate you, and I couldn't do the show without the support of people like you.
Let's call it star 67. So he blocked me.
Hello?
Christian.
May I ask who's calling?
Give you Danzy and you'll do it again?
Morning.
Like, what do you, like, you want a whole stream of Danzy? I'm poor enough that I can't really say no to you. Like, I have bills to pay. It won't be fun, though.
I called you yesterday. I'm an AMC shareholder, and I wanted to inquire about Project Popcorn.
I'm sorry, this isn't Christian. Can I have him call you back?
Who am I speaking with?
This isn't Christian. Can I have him call you back?
No. Who am I speaking with then?
You never said you'd watch it. That's true. That's true. If you just want to pay for my suffering, I guess go for it, but I don't know if that's worth it. I don't think that that's worth it for you. I think you should save your money for reasonable things that make you happy.
Is there a number that you can reach out?
What's your name, sir? They just blocked my number, star 67. 121272.
Responsible, Corax. I appreciate it.
He blocked me. Wow.
All right, let's get to it. Pulte calling into Corax's stream last night. Let's see how this goes.
Me and Ramez?
What do
you take it?
Enough. A pretty mild-mannered.
That's interesting. Like how ape came about, right?
Yeah.
It's literally what City called it.
Yes, indeed. That was the code name for it. Surprisingly enough, a pretty mild-mannered Ethan. Like usually
Yeah,
you get
that was it.
I'll
I mean, I'm
fucking
really
see you in
shocked.
federal court stuff. So, you know, that was pleasantly surprising,
Hello,
I guess.
everyone.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Oh, hey, Bill.
Tony, where'd you go? I can't believe you got off Twitter.
Yeah, I'm taking a
It's been a-
break.
It's been a rough week for all of your fans, including
No, I'm taking some time off. I'm up in I'm doing some cleanup help up in Asheville for a couple weeks, and I figured it'd be a good time
You'll be
to
back.
get off Twitter. You know what I mean?
You'll be back. Yeah. What do you say we get you and Ramez together? I think you guys would be good buddies.
Me and Ramez?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, hey, if he wants to come help me clean up in Nashville, you know, maybe he can, you know, get a workout in and lose some pounds. Yeah, sure, we can make that
Hey,
happen.
he's looking good at it.
Jesus.
Platinum, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, always good.
A documentary, air quotes. I saw one of the apes who put together a video try to claim that Platinum is working for someone. I don't remember. I know they're trying to claim Corax works for Bloomberg.
Talk to you.
Thanks.
So is there
Platinum has
anything?
to pretend like she's not happy to talk to me.
Pulte is a serious fucking creep when it comes to women, by the way, I've noticed. He always just says really creepy things and tends to make comments on their appearance. It's just not great. He's, not great.
Noisy Corax, what happened to your Twitter account, bro?
Oh, you know.
Bot network.
Yeah.
Benikagami with 40 bits says, since everyone is in a spending mood, if you can spare it, please donate to my GoFundMe. My work dries up in winter, and I need to help to get over the hump. My family and I appreciate anything you can spare. And there's a link in the chat.
Exactly. I was talking too loud, so they had to take some duct tape to my beak.
Be in
They shouldn't have
silence.
kicked you.
Yeah. That's what I figured had happened, because usually, it's pretty loosey-goosey on the Musk X. They usually don't ban people.
Yeah, what's your deal? You think Elon's a fraud or some nonsense like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how does a guy shoot a rocket up in the air and land it on a ship? And then how does he shoot a rocket up in the air and land it inside of like something that catches it?
Physics?
Is it the most
Good answer,
efficient way to do that? And also,
The guy's a
I'd
fucking
say that like
He's worth
Enron was a
$100
fraud,
million.
but not every element of Enron was fraudulent.
That's a pretty decent way to put it. Also, Elon Musk didn't do those things. His employees did. You could literally remove him and put anyone in that spot, and it would be the same thing.
I mean, you must
Tesla
have
made
some.
a car.
Yeah, you
but,
must have some impressive engineers that work for SpaceX.
But that doesn't
doing
mean
really
that
great
they're
things.
misallocating.
You guys ever built a business?
Have you? Pulte, what are you talking about?
I think it's kind of irrelevant.
I mean, I'm not being rude. I'm just genuinely asking. Like, the fish rods from the head, leader leads. Like, Elon is the real deal.
I don't doubt that some aspects of SpaceX and Tesla are the real deal, but some aspects of it are not. And he kind of plays shell games where, like, say
Not sure what you're watching. This is Korax in the top left talking to Pulte. I know X-Force, you started watching me through the James Janney documentary. Pulte was in the James Janney documentary. He's the rich guy that came in through the PP show and got attached to these communities.
Solar City acquisition, where it was a complete insider deal that he basically bought his friends out.
I can't believe he got away with the Solar City thing. That was insane. Literally a failing company that, like, his brother, I think, was invested in and other people he knew, and then he bought it out. Like, it was such bullshit.
And then added it to Tesla at the expense of Tesla shareholders.
Yeah, so what?
I don't even know what to say to that. That's all right.
I know.
So what? He committed fraud? Okay. I mean, if you want to go with that.
I mean, you've kind of committed fraud, right? Like,
How?
How so?
I mean, you've said things that I've said that I haven't said. You report on things that
What things?
that benefit you, but you don't benefit on all the other positive.
Wait, so
things
you're
about
saying
Even if that was true, which it isn't, that would be slander. That wouldn't be fraud.
if someone
Put
says
it out there.
something that you didn't actually say, but they're making it up, that's fraud?
No, that in this case, noisy reports, whatever that means, on me in a certain way, and then doesn't report on me in another way. He puts all the negatives, and
yeah,
he doesn't talk.
Does he think people are obligated to report positives about you if they report negatives?
That's his right.
He doesn't talk about any of what's happened. Oh, of course it's his right. Of course it's his right. Just like it's Elon's right to blow a rocket up in space and land it back on the ship. But
non sequitur.
Didn't do that. Talented engineers did that.
Okay.
Very talented. He does hire some great people.
Okay.
Why is he saying okay like that? Does he think Elon Musk sits down there and does fucking math and engineering himself? Elon Musk isn't an engineer. He's a software engineer by trade in the 90s. I doubt now he's up to date on software engineering. But he's never been, like, a mechanical engineer. He's never been a rocket engineer. He literally doesn't know how to do those things. He's never done it.
Musk derangement syndrome.
Don't you have like a cancer ward to like yank video games from children at right now? Why are
What? And what is that noise? It sounds very loud.
Sorry, that was me. I sneezed.
Someone asked if they could watch us on YouTube. Yeah, it is on YouTube. It's on Corex's channel. If because I connected it to my Twitter today too. So if the Twitter feed is garbage, then yeah, you can watch it on YouTube if you go to Noise's channel.
I'm in a car and I was driving. Somebody tagged me in your thing, and I saw there were 6 people, so I figured I'd.
Hey, well now you're here,
say
so we
I
got
know.
7.
There
Hey,
you go.
Bill,
That's right.
what was
I didn't even
what was
tweet
going
it.
on with your space today, or what was going on?
Benigami says, I do find it interesting how much rich people bend over backward to try to prove they're not just taking up space and stealing money, and they aren't monsters with things like charity. I know image management is part of that, but I think it speaks to something deep in the human psyche that rich people seem desperate to prove to themselves that they're what the left label, that they, I assume that's supposed to be aren't what the left labels them as.
On with that?
What do you mean?
Maybe it wasn't your space, but there was like a bunch of people attacking you today on a space call.
Dude, I've got 3 million people that follow me, okay? I'm going to have a few dozen wackos. And I'm not calling any of you wackos, because, Tony, I like you.
Thank you. I like you too.
It's so annoying when you deal with narcissistic people. I don't know who's had to deal with this before, but there's a certain quality of narcissistic people is that when you first engage with them, their first instinct is to try and flatter people around them, to try and get them on their side. And it's very disingenuous and over the top. And it seems like they don't seem to know that it's obvious what they're doing. And maybe it isn't to some people. But I grew up with a narcissist. So hearing someone come on and be like, oh, yeah, you're great, you're my friend, blah, 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 when obviously it's not the case. It's just frustrating. It's so cynical. It's so obvious what you're trying to do to ingratiate yourself into a group of people to make yourself come off a way that isn't how you are. Just weird. Holte, never gonna see this, but if he did, everyone, or at least reasonable people, can see what you're doing. It's not sly, it's not charismatic, it's desperate, it's cloying.
All right, so hold on. So Corax, Platt, Joey, did you guys know about this at all today?
I have no idea. I was busy today.
Okay.
So
No,
wasn't sure.
I've been
Okay.
watching
Schulte,
football.
tell
I was
me if
getting ready
I'm
for the
lying.
live stream.
Okay, tell me if I'm lying, but I don't think I am. But I think it was Famous Variety opened a space and Pulte was in there, and like a couple of like Bed Bath people came in and started attacking Bill like all at once.
Really?
Like, coordinated. Yeah, and they were like, and
Pulte's mic that keeps getting feedback. What is that?
they were people that I think have typically in the past been supportive of him, but it's just seemed like a bunch of people were going after him today. Am I wrong about this or?
Yeah, not really. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Ashley says Pulte called. He wants you to know how much he likes and respects you, Hannah. And you can tell him if I'm ever in the market for a 5-minute helicopter ride, I'll call him because he knows a guy.
You're gonna get wackos in any group.
Well, I mean, is it
But they weren't,
necessary
like,
that they're
random people, they
wackos
were
if they
Bed Bath
disagree?
people.
What does that sound?
What does that sound?
It's
Okay.
some sort of
I
feedback.
thought it
on
was you,
vinegar
donut.
Pulte. That's why I'm like, what is
No,
that
I don't
noise?
think that's me, darling.
Yeah, there's some sort of feedback. I heard it earlier, but
Yeah, I've been hearing it too.
Goes away in a bit.
So, hey, we got actually a question for you while you're here, Pulte. Are you planning on live streaming the next event?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, you should. They're very
already got
enjoyable.
200 people before I-
He said he might not. And I think that's because on some level he's aware that every time those get done, people, frankly, kind of watch them as comedy. We do, a bunch of other people do. But on the other hand, I think Pulte likes attention. So for him, it's a balance between, is the positive attention he gets from the meme stock people outweighing the negative attention he gets from people like me or Corax or James Janney, hypothetically, you know, anyone. And I hope he decides that he'd rather stream it, because I won't lie, those things are hilarious.
brought it out to the 1,000. I mean, you guys can spread this misinformation. It's kind of like the Kamala and Trump campaigns, you know, where it's like, no, your rally doesn't have anybody. You know, you don't have anybody. It's like,
I really don't care who's there. I find it entertaining to watch because it was just you on a fucking helicopter ride, just going over Florida, and you did the whole stream from the helicopter.
I mean, we'll see what we do. You got some things. You got some,
We're all
planned.
very
Listen,
big.
I
into
like the
this.
helicopter.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of theatrics, so I like the helicopter. So
Yeah,
don't
we
listen
like the live streams very much, so we all appreciate it.
By the
very
way,
much.
I did a
I think it
poll.
is your audio,
I did a-
Tony Don.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, Financial Kabuki is my favorite.
Yeah, there's
I think it is
That's
your
not the way
audio.
to go.
Yeah, Tony.
I mean, you know, the guy names himself a donut, so.
Come on, you said you like me.
I do like you, but it doesn't mean that you have a good audio.
Who doesn't like donuts?
Listen, this isn't my home setup. Like I said, I'm in Asheville. I flew out here yesterday,
It's
so
weird
Okay, well,
because
not my computer.
yeah, it's weird because it comes in towards the end. Like it's like I don't know what could be causing it, so we'll just work around it. It's a live stream. Who cares?
Yeah, sorry guys.
Who cares, you know?
There's reports of a counter Polte event on December 7th, a day that shall forever live in infamy. BBBYQ peeps who don't like Polte going their own way, as it were. Oh, that would be beautiful. There's a lot of dead air sometimes as Polte tries to figure out how to handle the convo. Nah, you're good. That's not your fault. He doesn't know how to handle a group of people that aren't salivating over getting to talk to a rich person. Like, it seems like with a lot of the meme stock people, they put wealth on such, like, a pedestal that even if someone hasn't, like, earned their wealth, like a Nepo baby, like Polte, they fall all over themselves to, you know, what's a clean way I can say this? Slobber all over him. So I don't think he knows how to deal with people who just treat him like a person, because normally people he surrounds himself with just suckle him constantly because, oh, he's rich, and that must mean he's so smart.
Who cares? Who cares? You know, it's not like Amy's here and we all have to be on our best behavior.
Amy is here in the comments.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Here's a link to Corex's channel, by the way. It's already pinned on Twitch, but on YouTube, if you want to check out Corex's channel, there it is in the YouTube chat.
Mrs. Jamali.
Ugh, don't say that.
Okay, could we all admit, though, that we would go to her wedding?
No.
No.
We wouldn't?
No.
I'll pass. Is it open bar?
I still wouldn't.
I mean, I've got an open bar. It's called my refrigerator.
Corey says, I believe the term is lick spittle.
Have you been to an open bar tonight, Bill?
I wish. Kidding me? It's been a long night.
Doing what?
Saturday. Can't be that long.
Yeah, well, it's a long night.
Wait, did you go to the Taylor Swift concert? Is that real?
I did.
Oh.
I did.
How was
Two
it?
other couples. It's good.
Oh, awesome.
I mean, it was
Nice.
fine, but my wife loves Taylor.
Was Travis
so.
there?
And I love Taylor, too. I don't think he was. I was right next to her father, though. He's the best investment banker that nobody knows.
And Adam Aaron is friends with him too, from AMC.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember he posted a picture with her parents, and then he had the like concert movies in AMC after.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No problem, Corex. Thanks for letting me use your content.
Yeah, it's definitely your Asheville service.
Okay, I have an excuse this time. Everyone donate if you can, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Are you
Donate.
using a Starlink up there or down there or wherever?
Yeah.
So what is
yeah.
Amy saying? Because I know she can't keep her mouth shut.
Huh?
I don't know, Bill. Can't help you there.
Yeah, I usually don't look at the chat. I'm usually more concerned with the guests and having a conversation.
Well, I'll always have respect for you, Noisy, or Clorax Noisy, or whatever your name is, because you donated to the Down Syndrome Foundation. So,
Yeah, I try and help when I can.
and you're not like those scumbags on Twitter that try to get credit for everything they do.
Yeah, he didn't even tell anybody.
That feels projecty, considering Polte's whole Twitter philanthropy gig?
I had to ask him if he actually donated for. He didn't even tell me. I'm like, did you donate? And he was like, yeah, $1,000, whatever. But he didn't tell anyone else and didn't really even tell anyone about it, as far as I know. But yeah.
Well, I respect that.
And I appreciated the conversation, even though, my questions got ignored in the chat, but that's okay. I expected them to.
Okay, what are your questions? Let's go ahead.
I forget. I was just trying to, talk along.
The Freeman Project says, who's more poor and stupid, baggies or NASCAR fans? Why are we shitting on not NASCAR fans for no reason? I don't like NASCAR, but that feels unnecessarily pointed. If it weren't for NASCAR, we wouldn't have the classic comedy Talladega Nights.
Along with whatever the conversation was. I can't even remember at this point.
It's been a couple months.
Okay, well, if you think I've dodged you, then...
Oh, not at all. No, not at all. I could just ask you, in DM if I really had a question. But whatever you guys were talking about.
How could I ever ignore you?
I don't know. But whatever you guys were talking about, it was just in relation to that.
So, hey, Pulte, while we got you here, one of the topics we were going to talk about was the whole PP investigation thing. Do you know anything about that? Because he put that post out and then he pulled it pretty quick.
Oh, this was interesting. Let me actually pull that post up to show you. PP was claiming he wants to start his own, private investigation thing. Where did I have that post? Here it is. Wow, many people have sent me direct messages and DMs about what my plans are for PP investigative services, so instead of replying to every single one individually, I'll do so here. Let me explain a little more in detail. First, I'll be retaining a securities and criminal attorney that I will use to subpoena accounts across social media platforms such as X, Reddit, etc. Once we have the identities of these individuals, we'll bring criminal charges against those involved. We'll be looking for fraud, bot farms, harassment against shareholders of publicly traded companies, find out who pays them, and track these individuals backwards to the funds they work for. Our services won't just stop at the individual either. We'll work with boards of publicly traded companies that are being shorted for our services to hold these people accountable, including the media. We will follow every paper trail that leads back to fraud, and we will charge these publicly traded companies for our services and reward shareholders of those companies with funds retrieved due to fraudulent activity. If fraud is found at the board level, we will investigate further and utilize whistleblowers to take down board members involved. PP thinks he's going to turn his what basically is his show where people come on and do their tinfoil, and he's going to turn it into a legit financial, white-collar crime investigation service. It's incredible. No, don't you understand, Astro Fox? What do you mean you can't just subpoena people? He's gonna get a lawyer, and obviously that means he can subpoena random people on Twitter that he doesn't like. Obviously. Freeman Project with another $2 Canadian says third base Bill Pulte equals Pied Piper of BBY bag holders. He certainly didn't help. He didn't help the situation, in my opinion. Ashley One Up, what do you want me to look up in Black's Law Dictionary? And then he says, and I can already see many shill accounts saying, I won't do this. Trust me, I will, and I'm not afraid to launch this in the next few weeks to few months to get the ball rolling. Doesn't matter if you delete your accounts either. All information and data can be easily restored and easily handed over via a criminal subpoena. We're coming for you and all, and that's a promise. So that's delusions of grandeur. He ended up deleting that post and being like, no, I'll keep this on the DL. It won't happen. That's what he's saying.
And you were even promoting it, so I didn't know if you had any sort of inside scoop.
Law and Order Delusional Intent is incredible, and I would watch that show.
No, we'll see what happens, but he's got a lot of wealthy people who support what he's doing, not just Ramez, and I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get to the bottom of...
Do you know what sort of legal things he was talking about? Because he wasn't very descriptive on that. He said his lawyers told him he had to back out or something like that.
No, I think that he's probably raised some money and he probably needs to just get his shit together before he does it. But that's what I surmised from it.
I mean, that kind of happens with people that, do the YouTube stuff. You're just kind of used to doing it on the fly. And so you just need to take a step back, I guess.
If I look up defamation, I can.
I don't know. I found the whole thing
Sorry, my brain forgot for a second that you had asked for one of these.
very interesting. Like, I told myself I was going to leave this stuff alone, when I did my trip, and then I see that tweet roll through, and I'm like, what is the angle here? Is the angle to just like intimidate people who criticize people's?
It feels like that's maybe the intent, but I don't know if I can give PP the credit of that much of a forward-thinking plan.
Opinions on stocks, or is it like we're only going to go after people who we think are connected to, some nefarious, I don't know, syndicate of.
Defamation, holding up of a person to ridicule, scorn, or contempt in a respectable and considerable part of the community. May be criminal as well as civil, includes both libel and slander. Defamation is that which tends to injure reputation, to diminish the esteem, respect, goodwill, or confidence in which the plaintiff is held, or to excite adverse, derogatory, or unpleasant feelings or opinions against him.
I don't know.
Chills. I just don't understand it.
I don't know. I've been trying to get them to explore their legal rights for a long time, as you know. I mean, I said they should have gotten lawyered up a long time ago.
And then you gave Michael $10,000, and no lawyer would actually take on anything because they have no legal rights, which I'd hope Pulte knows at this point. Not sure how much he really knows about what's going on at all.
That was kind of ignored.
Same.
Yeah.
Bill,
and
I
then
had that
MJL
conversation.
tried to come in and he got told basically too late, so sad.
Well, then Pulte gave Michael $10K, right? For the same reason, to find out his legal rights, and who knows where that went. But
well, there's only so much I can do.
Right.
I can say these things and whatnot, and I can give money, but everybody tries to find a way to blame me, and it's kind of funny,
Well, I don't think Platinum's blaming you. She's just saying,
No,
you gave them the
But
opportunity.
like Amy blames me for everything under the sun, and
I don't think she blames you for everything.
And so does the people that Vinegar was alluding to. It's like people want a scapegoat, right? It's like it removes accountability. It removes
But Bill, don't
it
you think
removes anything? People are like, oh, let's just blame Pulte. He's just a terrible person, and let's just demonize the shit out of him.
Well, if it makes you feel any better.
Oh, woe is Pulte, the multi-millionaire Nepo baby. People are vaguely criticize him in spaces he chooses to enter publicly. What a sad story.
I blame PP.
he's doing?
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly.
Platt.
Yeah, no, go
don't
ahead.
you think that's what he's doing by trying to rally money together to go after people who say things that he doesn't agree with? It goes against.
No, I don't think that's what he's doing.
Okay.
Well, that's what it sounded like.
It kind of
Sounds an awful
comes
lot
off that
like
way.
slap.
I'm sorry?
So it sounds an awful lot like slap to me.
Yeah. A little bit.
What's
I mean, it just sounds like he's trying
Did
to.
Pulte just say, what's slap? A multi-millionaire businessman, allegedly a businessman, just said, what's slap? What's a slap suit? He's a very serious adult person. A slap suit, for those that don't know, is basically a lawsuit whose intent isn't necessarily to win, but to intimidate the defendants in order to stop them from doing some action or pursuing something, right?
Strategic law against public participation.
Yeah.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke, Joey.
Yeah.
Or hey, Tony, maybe you can give me some of those Coke shares you have.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I got tons to give out.
I've actually got quite a few now that I think about it.
Anyway, I think flabbergasted is the word. I'm like, what's the legal argument here to, because it seems to me like what PP's doing is like an intimidation tactic or like a failed intimidation tactic, or I don't know, or like veiled threat. I don't know, but it's like, you know, it's to criticize people who think they're going to get rich holding dead equity in something, and you know, joking around about all the nonsense that goes on around it, and then to be like, oh well, you know, now we're going to go after these people. You know, they're definitely connected to something nefarious, and it's, you know, I don't know, it just seems all disingenuous or a way to rile
Well,
up
yeah,
people. You
it
know what I
sounds a
mean?
lot
So,
like when we were talking about John, how, you know, how all of his arguments, he makes a lot of accusations, but he doesn't have a lot of facts to back up those accusations.
yeah, it's just, I don't know. So I just figured maybe Bill had his own thoughts on it, because, you know, it seemed like he retweeted it and was kind of, you know, seemed to at least be in support of doing that. So I don't know. I was just curious what your thoughts are, Bill. You know, like, we don't agree on everything, Bill. You know, I've criticized you in the past, but I feel like I've had a mutual, at least understanding or level of respect with you, where it's like, hey, if we disagree on things, we can at least talk about them. So, you know, if you're willing to talk about it, cool. If not, you know, no one's making you do anything. But
Yeah, you mean you don't
I
think
just
that
thought
I'm
maybe
done
you'd
with
have.
incarnate?
No, I absolutely don't think that. But you know, if PP says, or someone says something, right, and then you seem to support it, or at least back it up in some way, that's why I'm just
I
curious,
think
you know,
PP and
what your
Polte are
thoughts
getting
are
along enough.
on it, because it seems like you have an opinion in some, you know, in some
Yeah,
facet
no,
on
I
it.
think
So
it's
that's all.
great. It's be more citizen, you know, have the resources to explore things. And in many cases, you know, you could say PP's been wrong, but in many cases, you could say that people say a lot of shit about the guy that's just factually false. You know, they call him a criminal and all these other things. I mean, you could call him an idiot. You could call him whatever you want. You could call him
He said that in a way that almost implied he thinks he's an idiot, which is a little funny.
promoter.
Just the tone was like, yeah, you can say he's an idiot. It came off as a, I think this. I know I'm reading into it. I know.
Or you could call him anything, but you know, there's a lot of people that think that just because they have names, and I'm not saying that you have an anonymous name with Vinegar Donut, but I think
Tony
people
Dong.
think that I think people think because they can, you know, hide under these names that they're therefore invincible. And, you know, I think I've shown that just because you use a fake name.
I know X-Force. I have other stuff later, especially with Marantz, that's more up that alley. I just find this interesting, because it's always interesting to hear Polte have to defend his stuff. Or at least try and explain himself, because he's very bad at it.
Yeah, but like, if, you know, whether you have a fake name or a real name, you know, you're legally protected to call PP an idiot, or, you know, whatever. It's, you know, part of the First
You're
Amendment.
actually
You know what I
not.
mean?
You're actually not protected to call people criminals, you know, without some basis.
Oh, I didn't say that, but it's like calling him an idiot. Yeah.
No, I
you
know,
what
but that's what I'm saying is that, you know, people are calling this guy criminal, and you know, they're making him out to be the worst thing in the entire world. And you know, you got to be super careful. You know, noisy Corex doesn't like it, but I've become you know, well versed in some of these laws, and you really got to understand what you're doing when you use speech.
Well, it depends on how specific you are about calling someone a criminal, because if it's a specific act that you don't have evidence for, but if you think that their activity based on what they're
but
doing,
you defend
like say,
people all the time
PP has bought and sold Bed Bath & Beyond while he's pumping it. He's admitted to it and deleted the post afterwards. There are people that say that, you know, based on that, you could maybe say that maybe he pumped and dumped it. I'm not going to say that because I don't have the evidence for that, but that may be where people are getting the criminal idea, and they're entitled to that opinion. It's still protected speech. If they call him a criminal, they're not saying that he did a specific act. Like some of these AMC people in Project Popcorn say that a bunch of the AMC promoters, it could be possible, but they haven't provided any evidence. They're free to make those statements, and they're protected to make those statements so long as it doesn't cross that line of actually saying that they did it. You know, you can say it's possible they did it. That's still protected.
Oh, now your audio sucks. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe like unplug your microphone and plug it back in, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Like, you know, PP and crew have a big problem with me, and what do? I post
I don't think they're really
documents, right, and interpret various things differently than what they interpret it. But the funny thing is, reality so far has shown that what I'm saying is correct.
You got $10 from the Freeman Project wanting to know if Pulte has got another excellent helicopter entrance planned for December. Also,
We'll
PP
see.
is drifter.
I mean, did you know, Noisy Corex? I don't know if you know this because you're so busy planning how to streak at my events, but did you know that I fly these helicopters myself? Did you know that?
Yes. Does he still think that's impressive? Like, that's great, man. It's great that you know how to fly a helicopter. It's weird that you keep doing it to, like, impress people over and over again. Taking off on a helicopter from an airfield, flying around in a circle and landing is just weird. That's weird. That's so weird. It doesn't matter. A lot of people have pilot's licenses.
You had mentioned that.
Didn't you have your own helicopter business? Isn't that true?
I did. That's true. Which is so funny because these people, they say, "Oh, you just go around the airport." It's like, I'd love to see like this Ross Brown guy. He's a total loser, in my opinion. The guy's a total loser.
And Pulte would know. Takes one to know one.
You're not allowed to say that. That's illegal.
No, that is actually that is actually protected speech. Okay.
Oh, okay, got it.
If you ever
In my
want to talk
opinion, it's a
about it,
fail-safe.
no, it's not only in my opinion. Amy's an idiot. That's why she says.
Oh, hey, Pulte.
In my opinion, absolutes are for idiots, and she uses absolutes all the time.
Well, she just joined, so.
Yep.
You can hash it out maybe with each other.
What's up, Amy?
What's up, Vinny?
Welcome to Bill Pulte. This is your life.
What a terrible life. What do you got to say, Bill?
Amy used to like me, she used to.
No, I didn't. I never liked
send me
you.
on Discord.
And tonight is the perfect night for you to come at me, Bill. So let's go. Let's go. What you got?
Come on, Bill.
I'll have a soundboard to fill up dead air, so you guys are gonna have to figure something out.
Just tell
You're
her
gonna get real quiet now, aren't you?
what you want to say. Let it all out.
I'm right here.
I like that he was already in the middle of saying things about her before she showed up, but as soon as she did, he has nothing to say about it.
Tony Dong and his...
You talk a big,
Jesus Christ.
big fucking talk when I'm not here, so here I am.
He's still got nothing!
Yeah,
oh my
another $2
god!
from Freeman Project. Hey, Pulte, why did you take PPP loans during COVID? And I assume the follow-up would be...
I already answered that.
Yeah, he answered that in the live stream.
Yeah, that is true. Well, I've got to throw it out there because I got paid $2. So if you want to rehash it, go right ahead.
And I would do it again and again and again and again.
Absolutely. Bill will take from small business owners. He'll take from anybody. Poor investors on the internet. He'll take it from anybody. What's the matter, Bill? Cat got your tongue?
That girl trader is in YouTube chat. You're wonderful. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this very much. Thank you.
Nah, I ain't engaging with it anymore.
Uh-oh, people are calling me out. I'm not engaging. I'm not engaging now.
Pussy. That's
okay, so you only talk about her when she's not here?
Yeah.
I'll talk about her, but I'm not gonna engage with it,
I like that he just said it. I'll talk about her, but I'm not going to talk to her face. Ashley One Up says, I think Pulte's still reeling from the fact that someone said they don't like him. He can't comprehend. Oh yeah, it's an issue for him, it seems.
Of course he's not.
It's a mess.
I mean, Bill, if she's,
The mess that you made.
You kept bringing her up, and now she's here, so, I feel like, air it out.
And next we have Doug
I will
Seafood
never
coming
talk
on.
on any.
I wish.
Just kidding.
That'd be
I'm
great.
totally just
I
kidding.
would definitely
He'll never talk to you.
He's
He'll
legit.
never talk to you.
He's legitimate.
There's
compared to the
not anyone on
alcoholic.
this planet who has a lower opinion of you than Doug Seafood.
It is that guy X-Force, and he's a big piece of shit. Wow, he's just silent. Incredible.
So we had some other topics planned here. So
Oh, wow.
I believe
All right.
Platinum. There was the Bye Bye Baby stores closing up shop or something.
Oh
of
yeah.
that
Well, so
effect?
they've been getting evicted since April anyways.
Yeah, this I feel a little bad for. Bye Bye Baby, the brand that was formerly owned by Bed Bath & Beyond, was of course sold off to, oh gosh, what was that? Dream on Me was the name of the company. And unfortunately, their experiment in retail didn't work out. They paid, I think, $15 million, 15.5 for the Bye Bye Baby brand, opened up between 12 and 15 stores, something like that, and now they're all closed. So it's funny that the Bed Bath people are like, Bye Bye Baby's a $1 billion brand, but this company that paid $15.5 million had the brand, opened their stores, and it failed. Clearly the brand wasn't worth what they paid for it. What a shame. Ashley One Up says, I think, oh, sorry, I read that already.
Some of us, have been tracking things, but I guess this was a big surprise for other people. But yeah, not really a surprise. So
Yeah. I like it just seems like this is more confirmation that some of these assets at the very least were not as valuable as they were imagined to be pre-bankruptcy is generally the vibe here, because if the Bye Bye Baby stores are closing up, the idea that they could stand on their own as their own entity if they were spun out of the bankruptcy doesn't seem very likely.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they did get good locations, allegedly. That's what they said. They got 11 locations. And
Oh, so 11 stores? Okay, that was going to be my next question.
Right. Yeah. And, definitely evicted from a bunch of them and are choosing to close them all. What is it, by the end of the year, or?
I don't have the press release right here handy. Do you happen to have a Platinum?
I don't. I know that they were starting discounts on October 18th. So yesterday on items there, but
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit until when Paul Day jumps back
take this
in.
moment to tell anyone who bought DJT, I
asked to deal with this person.
There he is.
Like
in the chat. I know I do.
Can I finish?
My audience is for Trump. My audience is for Kamala, and I'd like to keep both of them personally.
Save where they intersect, and I'd like to take this moment to tell anyone who bought DJT, I told you so.
I think we had told people so about.
To be clear,
DJT.
I see Amy complaining in the chat that I'm not talking about her. It's because there's.
Oh, there we go. Real quick, before it jumps back into that, I do want to say it's funny that it feels like the price of the DJT stock has less to do with the actual app that it's, connected to and more to do with Donald Trump's personal life. What's up with that? Do people who are invested in DJT stock know what a stock is?
More.
You had a lot to say about me before I came in.
I don't know how to
What's the
describe
matter?
this, but
you mentioned me at least 7 times before.
Why did Polte agree to do this? Attention, narcissism.
I came in here.
Here's the deal.
No, here's the deal.
Can I finish my sentence?
No, absolutely not, because I don't give a fuck what you have to say. You're a massive pussy.
Yeah, big time.
You are.
Doug Seifer, you guys scare me. You guys scare me.
You don't scare me.
No, you guys scare me. You scare me.
I know I do.
We
could everybody in the chat, everybody here heard you say my name at least 7 times. You summoned me here, so here I am. Say what you want to say to me.
The complaint that you said in the chat, by the way, is suddenly doesn't have much to say, does he?
Because you have to understand, there's more of a pain in the ass to deal with this person. Like with Noisy Korak,
you can't stop talking about me.
I'll agree with that. You had all the words to say when she wasn't here. And she's here, you can now have a discussion about what you don't like about.
It's so funny that he's basically admitting, yeah, that's why I talk about her when she's not around, so she can't defend herself.
You talk about me
and you don't want to have that engagement.
Day.
I know you guys are friends with this person, so you have to get their back in front of them.
You talk about me every single day.
I would say this if she wasn't here.
Noisy Korax and Platinum. I feel like I can honestly deal with you guys in an honest way. In other words, even though you in my opinion, only report the negative stuff about me, Noisy Corex, if you even call it report, I feel like I can at least have.
He's always got to get the little
conversation.
jab in.
But the venom, the hatred that the other person has, it's
Well,
like,
I mean, when you
You ain't
promote
seen
there's
Venom
someone
so
who
much
has
nonsense. I don't
threatened
even
her
want to deal with that
family, I
person.
would think I would have a lot of
Palti,
bad
you
things to
have
say
a
about you
child.
too.
I don't even
You have a
want to deal
child.
with
If
that
one of these
person.
people, if
Doesn't
one
he
of
have,
these
like,
people
3 or 2 at
threatens your child, I would say the same thing to them that I say to you, the same thing to them that I say to Ramez, the same thing to anyone who threatens a child. You promote it. You push it. Justify
I don't know
that.
what's going on with you and
Justify
Ramez.
that.
I don't
What
know
does your
what's
wife think
going on
about
with
how
your
you treat women and
relationship. I
children on
don't
the
know
internet?
anything
You,
about
you
that.
you say that, yet you made
You
a tweet
absolutely
saying
do.
Ramiz is in Houston
Absolutely.
at the time when he was actually in Houston verifiably as pursuant to his harassing Amy. So really, what is the answer there, Bill?
Jaden says he very much talks like a calmer Trump. He cares about the same things and is petty in the exact way and wormy in the same way. That's a pretty decent way of putting it. His concerns are not the same as the rest of us. They're very ego-based and like saving face-based. It's very interesting.
Does your wife know what you do to women and children on the internet, Bill? Does she know? As a mother, does she know that you promote someone who threatened my children? Does she know that you're leading that up? That you promote it too?
Oh, you have another super chat to read.
Yeah. You want to go ahead and read that one, Platinum?
Canadian dollars. Pulte,
Fake loony dollars.
if you backed anybody else other than vaping, unemployed, grifter, PP, you might have achieved your goal of getting back on the PHM board by now. Hey, thanks for the 5.
Yeah.
So you can't answer that question honestly, right?
I'm
Bill?
glad I could help you guys.
Now I want to have Pulte on my show. That's probably a bad idea.
Raise some money here.
Does she know? Does your
500,
wife know?
right?
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah, I mean,
500.
Maybe Noisy Corax would buy me a Subway when I'm in Kansas next.
Ah,
Or
yeah.
whatever.
$5
You
footlongs
can't
may not
answer
be a
real
thing,
questions. You'll deflect them just like
Amy,
you
I
always
don't think
do.
you're a serious person. Okay.
I'm
You don't treat
absolutely
me
a
with
serious
respect.
person.
No,
You're not a serious person because you can't answer
I
for
deal
the
with
shit that you
Platinum
do.
Sparkers.
You
Platinum
can't answer for
Sparkles
the
is a
things that you
serious person.
participate in, the things that you that you foster, and the things that you push people to do. You can't answer for them. You've never been held accountable for anything in your life. Now you're being held accountable for it, and you don't know what to do,
Yeah,
so
that's
you're
nonsense.
squirming.
You don't.
He did get kicked off the Pulte home group board, so that's some kind of something. But I would broadly agree. Yeah, of course, he doesn't have consequences for things. He's a rich guy.
Is there a little piss dripping down your leg right now?
Do you know
Because that's what I hear.
tough my grandfather was? Do you know how tough he was?
I know that your grandfather called you
I think I can make arguing with a bag of air interesting, Corax.
a spoiled brat.
Maybe.
Amy, if I could borrow some time here right now. It sounds a lot like what
He sounds like he's one step away from saying, "Don't you worry your pretty little head." Yeah, you can tell he wants to condescend real bad, but he knows that won't look good.
Bam does with his medals thing, where he brings up
so
his
funny.
dad's World War II medals. Like,
yeah,
I get that your grandfather was a great person, not going to deny that, but
thank you.
eventually you
Thank
have to
you for
stand on your own
admitting that.
2 feet.
Thank you for conceding that.
And you're trying to ride his legacy all the way to the money where he left it, not for you.
Andronigus Khan with 1,000 bits says, I just finished watching Line Goes Up, and this is financial advice for the 12th time each. Then 2 James Janney videos you were a part of, only to finish up and you find you doing this stream. Thank you for the perfect epilogue to my drunken meme stock Sunday extravaganza. Of course! That's nice that you got a little capper on the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
So again, let me ask, does your wife, the mother of your child, does she know how you conduct yourself on the
internet? Who is the
internet?
only one in his will?
Does she know how you conduct yourself on the internet? Does she know how you conduct yourself on the internet?
Does this now show you why I don't think you're a legitimate person at all?
Hey,
at all?
Here's a legitimate question. Does your wife know how you conduct yourself on the internet? How you threaten women and children? Does she know? Do the lawyers in the defamation case against you know that you defame and harass multiple people on the internet? Do they
Noisy,
know?
I hope now you can see why I can't even deal with this person.
Wait, does he think that she looks bad here? Narcissism, not even once.
Oh, there's another super chat, Noisy.
You see how difficult she is laying out fair accusations of my public behavior? It's completely unreasonable.
These are all
I'm sorry.
questions everybody
Platinum, you're
wants to
really
know,
great at
Bill.
reading these. Why don't you go ahead and read this one?
Sure, another $5 Canadian from the Freeman Project. Pulte, I'm rich too, but unlike you, I don't need to pay baggies on Twitter.
Yeah, I think there's a little under 10 minutes or so of this segment left, and then we're gonna get into some of the Marantz stuff.
To be friends.
Because he's become obsessed with the GameStop card trading scheme, now that that's a thing they're doing.
Also, why are you so obsessed with only the young? Hashtag not like us.
Allegedly.
I'm just reading what they wrote.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm not rich, and I don't
I mean,
need
I'm
to
here
pay any
helping
on the
Noisy.
internet
I'm
to
helping
harass
Noisy buy
other
some
people. You're not
Subway.
helping anybody, Bill. Noisy's never asked you for help. He doesn't want your help. You barge into people's spaces and or live streams and say, oh, we only had 6 people listening, so I thought I would come to help. Nobody asked you for your help. Nobody wants your help. Nobody even wants you around, but you push yourself into it.
I mean, we could lie
Yeah,
about things and pretend like people are, not holding stocks that are zero, and I'm sure we get way more viewers, but we just choose to not do that. We choose to talk about what's actually going on,
You
and
can be
maybe
damn
that'll
sure
get
that you'll
less likes.
Congratulate yourself for it, right? Like give yourself credit for it. Nobody asks you here. You just show up to cause divisive and bullshit to spread across Twitter. You're the whole reason why that community is fighting. You're a bad person, dude. Period. Full stop. You're a terrible fucking person who tries to pay people $1,000 for retweeting your notifications so that you can not feel like a bad person.
And there he goes.
Did he drop out? Did he just hang up? Beautiful. H-Bird says, I'd like to point out that Only the Young is a song Taylor Swift wrote about her horror at Trump being elected in 2016. Why these people have adopted it baffles me. I think it's similar to other songs where they just take the hook and don't listen to the rest of the song. Pulte uses it to imply, like, only the young, you're gonna change the world shit, but, like, he's, like, a Trump guy. It's a born in the USA situation. Not listening to the song would be my guess.
Sorry to ruin your evening, Amy.
It's not you.
Anyway, so where were we? I think we were briefly...
Good on y'all for handling that, Pulte's a difficult person. He's a difficult person to deal with. All right. Let's see what Marantz has been up to.
So anyway, I go to GameStop, right? And, yeah, watch this. You're going to love this, guys. You're going to love what's happening, okay? So I go to GameStop, and I tell them, hey, it's Pro Week. Is it still 2 for 1? And she says, Pro Week ends on a Saturday. All giveaways and all discounts for GameStop end on Saturdays. So whenever there's a promo, it ends on a Saturday. I didn't know that. I thought it was a Sunday. So I was a day late. And I was like, man, well, what else could I get? Like, what other value could I get? She says, well, you know that they're trading in games right now. So whatever value they give you for trade-in, it's the same as cash. So you're getting more. And pro members get 20% more. She was
See you, Trey. Have a good night.
explaining like other promos to me and this stuff. And I said, hey, you know what? I heard a rumor. And she looked at me. And I said, I heard a rumor that GameStop is going to allow people to drop off their cards, and you guys are going to submit them to PSA for them. And in turn, we'll get the PSA graded cards. Like
So that is a thing that has been announced. GameStop is planning on opening their stores up, so if you have trading cards of any kind, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, sports cards, Magic the Gathering, whatever other stuff out there I'm sure exists, you can take it in, and for a fee, you can have it sent in to PSA in order to be graded. I do not know why GameStop thinks this will be a viable avenue of profit. Like, trading cards are a niche market in and of itself, but the people who buy trading cards and then specifically get them graded is a niche within a niche. I just don't see how they make this up, like, in volume. And even if they do, they're apparently also going to be doing a thing where they will offer trade-ins for the PSA graded cards. And I think that's just going to stock them up on so much inventory that people aren't going to want to buy. Again, I know that trading cards are a pretty hot thing still, but specifically the graded PSA ones, I think they're going to get overstocked on them, and they're not going to be able to sell the inventory. This seems like a bad idea. This seems like an astronomically bad idea.
GameStop's going to have a service.
Can't people send in cards themselves? In order to do that, I believe you need a PSA membership, which is over $100 a year. I think some people currently, though, go through their, like, local comic book shop or local sports memorabilia store, and sometimes they have a membership and you can take them in there and they'll sort of, like, throw them into a bulk order with other customers and send them out for you for a small fee. GameStop's basically trying to get in on that.
To grade out cards for PSA. Is that true?
They're hoping to get the meme stock people obsessed with trading cards now. The thing is, I've seen Marantz do these opening card packs and interested in the cards, and I'm wondering if that's part of the play. Because, like, as we know, unfortunately, a lot of people involved in the meme stock stuff have gambling addictions. Marantz himself has admitted that he has struggled with gambling addiction in the past, and I think that this is a part of it. So I'm kind of wondering if any part of the strategy involves trying to push people down that road, even more so, but I don't know if Ryan Cohen is even that smart to come up with a plan that nefarious. I don't know, though. GamerG with 18 months says, haven't caught up on the last meme stock stream. Marantz doesn't look okay. I know there have been issues with him. Also, I was just in a GameStop today. It had half the game collection it did just a few years ago, and much less of the popular titles. Me and my friend were also the only people in the store, and the employee gave zero shits and was just scrolling on TikTok the whole time. No idea how they're still open. Marantz is delusional. Yeah, that's pretty much my experience when I go into the stores too. What are you gonna do? Probably not a good thing to invest in. Raya Rose with 100 bits says, of course, support for a failing video game pawn shop instead of a local card shop.
She looked at me and said she didn't know anything about it. She said, I don't know anything about it. I know you can buy things with them. I know you could trade them in here. I know we give you value for them. I was like, okay, but you haven't heard of this service. And that's when another employee walks out and says, we're rolling it out. I don't want to give away all the secrets of GameStop here. That's not the way I'm doing it, Ryan Cohen. I apologize. But your employees are just as excited as you should be.
Is he using this as a rhetorical device, or does Marantz think Ryan Cohen has ever seen his videos?
GameStop is 100% rolling out PSA graded cards, and the fact that you can turn in your own cards to get graded. Now, here's how it's going to work. They're going to allow you to go ahead and pay a premium. You're going to pay a price to get them graded. They're going to go ahead and take them into inventory and ship them out for you. When they get them back, you're going to get an email. You're going to get an alert. Here's what you're getting back. Now, there's a declaration on how much you have to pay each card to get graded, because they're going to have what they call like base value. So whether you overpay or underpay, depending on the value of the card, you could overstate the value of the card, but it's not going to allow you. You're going to have to register it. There's a program, I don't know if it's called like Kong or something like that they'll have to practice on. All GameStop's programs are named after video games, by the way. It's pretty cool. So
does GameStop still do its pre-owned phones and tablets thing? I'm not sure currently. It's kind of gone and come back a few times. They've tried a few times with the phones thing. I don't know if they're currently in a period where they're accepting other electronics.
They're going to process it into this new program they're all getting trained on right now. There's a whole pamphlet for the month.
I want to say no. I don't think currently they are doing it, but I could be wrong.
Of October, front to back training. And so all these guys are training, right? Cool. And when they actually get the card's going to get graded and returned back to you, you're going to have 3 options, babe. 3 options when you pick up your card. 1, you can trade it in. So you're going to be able to trade them in for currency. 2, you could sell it to GameStop. Now you can sell it to them for cash, but I'm going to let you know it's not going to be as much as the trade-in value. And 3, you can just keep it and collect it. So, you guys want to know something about the world of investing and becoming a millionaire and a billionaire? The idea to be a millionaire and billionaire is to create a business.
Why is Marantz talking like he has experience in growing a $1 million or billion-dollar company? He's never even owned a company, to my knowledge. He works at Costco, which nothing wrong with that. I like Costco. It's a good company to work for, from what I've heard. But, like, he doesn't own a business.
That solves a problem.
Briar Rose says, Marantz should get a job at GameStop if he loves it so much. Nah, he makes much more money at Costco. Costco actually pays decent, from what I've heard.
The problem you have in the world right now is the PSA-graded cards, that whole system, is antiquated. It takes forever. It's not proficient.
A, assuming he meant efficient. B, it's still going through PSA. GameStop is just the middleman, so if anything, it's going to take even longer than if you just shipped it yourself and had a membership, which is probably part of the trade-off, is that I imagine stores are going to have batches of cards. They're probably going to wait a little bit until they get enough to make it financially viable and then ship them in a batch to PSA.
They are now there's a mainline, the mainstream of it all. They're streaming this to where they're going to get them into you and turn them around and create inventory for the website. They're going to create a way of paying currency, and it's going to increase sales because they are providing a service. They're not selling you a product. They're selling you a service. Guys, that is straight profit. That is
minus the labor. But, you know, whatever. Brenda Kagami says, you know, if these guys could spend money lobbying for stronger enforcement of antitrust laws that would break up Amazon and reduce its stranglehold on the market, you'd probably do a hell of a lot more to help GameStop than they do with these videos. Even then, it's not going to matter. I saw another video by Marantz, which we might watch later, where he was like, yeah, GameStop's closing stores, and that's great, because it trains customers to go to another GameStop a little further away. And I'm just thinking, what do you mean? They'll just go to Target or another store down the street that also sells video games.
This is how you become 50% profitable. This is what you're looking at for gross profit margins. I'm not wishful thinking.
He was, in fact, wishful thinking.
I'm thinking so far ahead, a year from now, 2 years from now, and you see GameStop as a 50% gross profit machine because they're allowing you to trade in your cards and take them in and get them graded. Now, mind you, you might have to pay a pretty penny.
Good end to that clip. Looking at Marantz's track record, here he is from about 2 years ago, talking about the stock.
Hi guys, welcome back to Marantz. Marantz, plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice.
I will note, unfortunately, Marantz has aged in the last 2 years like he's the president of the United States.
I'm looking at this stock market right now and I can't believe it. It is falling in the after hours. GameStop just hit $100. Let me explain something to you smart guys out there. The market cap of GameStop right now as it sits is $7.6 billion. That's how much GameStop makes in 1 year of earnings. There's no way the company is worth 1 year of earnings.
Did you know that earnings aren't the same thing as profit? Marantz didn't know that.
You understand? They're not going out of business. They have $1.4 billion in cash. They have an additional $500 million in revolving credit. They have over $3.5 billion worth of assets. They have all the acquisitions of everything you can think of as far as talent goes and prospects. Now, let's talk about the next step, the last thing. They have zero debt. They owe nobody any money at all. This is a crime on humanity. What they're doing to this stock and this stock market, there's only one stock out here that's being manipulated this bad, and it's right here in front of you. It's GameStop. It's worth every bit of more than $100. You will be a
This was when the stock price was at like $100, and he was saying it was underpriced. The stock today, I think, is at around 21, which is still too high in my opinion, but it's a lot lower than it was then.
millionaire. You invest what you want to invest, and I'm telling you right now, you don't have to believe me. You know I'm putting every dollar I have, but you will be a millionaire, people. This will all come correct.
This isn't financial advice, but if you buy this stock, you will be a millionaire.
Will all be corrected soon enough. Earnings comes out, it's going to show you they did $2.5, almost $3 billion last quarter. You're going to see great numbers moving forward. And you're telling me it's worth $100? Guys, go get it. It's a free lottery ticket, a winning lottery ticket. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop.
You used to sound so much more excited about this stuff. I see people talking about the loss leader thing in YouTube chat, and that's a fair point, but my concern is that as a loss leader, I don't think it's a very good one. Are there enough people looking to get their cards PSA graded often enough that it brings people in? You know, like when I think about a loss leader, I think, we were talking about Costco earlier, let's use that, Costco chicken. For those that don't know, Costco sells rotisserie chicken at a loss, and they usually place it at the back of the store. So you go into the Costco, you gotta walk all the way through the store to the back to get to the chicken that they're selling for a loss, but you went to the Costco for the chicken, but on the way back there and on the way up, you look at stuff and you maybe get more stuff that they actually make money on. A lot of people want cheap rotisserie chicken every day. It's a decent protein, it tastes good. Most people that, you know, are omnivorous like chicken. I don't see PSA grading as the rotisserie chicken of GameStop. I just don't see it. I could be wrong. I could be. That's fine. I just don't see enough demand for what they're offering, even if it is a loss leader for them. I have to use the bathroom real quick and then we'll keep going. Also, Costco's hot dogs or the console holders who produce first-party games. Yeah, those hot dogs are good. Yep. They're like $1.25? Pretty good. Alright, while I'm using the bathroom, Chair will tell you about... Ninpu Sente Hurricane Ranger! I'll be right back. The Blue Ranger's the best. That's acceptable. For most seasons.
In peace here. I'm trying to go on vacation. You know, I'm packing in peace here. I'm trying to go on vacation, going to the moon, and here I am reading these comments. Watch this. Here's the comment from my video earlier. It says right here, and Tito's barking, he's excited. It says, GameStop is dead money. It will never go over $50 again. That one makes me laugh. But then this one also says, okay, if GameStop has more than $4 billion cash on hand, why is it not paying out a dividend? That might push shorts out. All right, let's just establish a couple things here.
You need to be profitable in order to pay a dividend.
Space Cadet. First thing is,
operationally profitable.
Dividends never going to push out shorts. Shorts are going nowhere. The most shorted stock in the world is Apple. Yes, the most profitable stock as well. We're not worried about shorts. I don't know why you guys still can't get out of this mindset of trying to fix the market, who cares?
Because that's a fundamental doctrine of the meme stock stuff, is that they're doing it to try and get back at the shorties.
The more people short, the better it is for you.
How does anyone use the bathroom that fast? The bathroom is right over here, like literally, this is my office, and then the bathroom is like right there. I can see the door right there. And I'm just real quick, because I do this for a living, and I don't like to leave people sitting here with no entertainment. Every time I do that, people leave, that ain't good. So I've trained myself to pee incredibly fast.
You want shorts in this damn stock, because shorts are going to be...
Absolutely not, Wampa. I wash my hands because I'm not disgusting. There's actually a statistic that shows 30% of women and 50% of men don't wash their hands when they use the bathroom. And that's reprehensible. What are you people doing? What are you people doing? What are you doing? Wash your filthy hands.
Buyers. Soon enough. And for the guy who says they'll never see $50 again, well, he obviously doesn't understand markets either. Here's what GameStop gets to do, okay? I just want to make this very clear. If you looked at the chart that I showed you earlier today, I said it's consolidating, it's tight. And when it's so tight, it takes off into the up position. GameStop's always done that. It's always broken off to the upside because we, the buyers of the stock, never going to sell. I'm not selling. So the more I just keep buying and buying and buying, everyone can buy one share a day. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. It's what I'm doing, right? So
it's not going to matter. Does he think they're going to lock the float? He's not even a DRS person. What does he think they're doing? How does he think this is going to happen? This is a prisoner's dilemma with an unknown amount of people. People are selling. People buy and sell every day. If people are buying, someone is selling.
I just keep pushing it. Eventually, I'll own the whole company, but until then, I'll take my time. But guess what's the best part about this? If Ryan Cohen really wants to put the vice grip on him, just do another share offering. That's all you got to do. When the price jumps all the way up again, offer more shares, raise more capital. What do you know? You can do that because people want to buy in. People want to buy on the new business model, on the new revenue streams, and of course, the margins there themselves. But let's talk about this. So $4 billion cash on hand. Why didn't they pay out a dividend? They have negative retained earnings right now. So in the history of the company, they actually had a negative $230 million, whatever it be. That's going to go positive by March.
I thought you said they were already profitable, Marantz.
I'm telling you, GameStop's going to make $200 to $300 million this year. So get ready for it. And once it goes positive, then that looks better on value. Value stocks tend to be companies that have dividends that show you that there's value in investing with them long term. They're not these mega cap growers. None of this stuff. They are hyper caps and hyper growth. No, none of that. GameStop's just taking its time, walking itself there. Remember, be smaller for longer, and then you'll know what's coming your way. Now, as far as GameStop is dead money, it will never go over $50 again. So if Ryan Cohen raises, I don't know, another $1 billion, what happens to the market cap? What actually happens to the company? What happens to book value on the company? And right now, we know
he's so obsessed with book value. Marantz, if all you have to talk about with your company is book value, you're already fucked. That's basically the price if you liquidate the company. Do you think they're going to liquidate?
Books at 11
the price of like their assets and everything, minus goodwill.
That's why your boys over there at Wedbush can't go ahead and knock it down lower than a price target of 11. Sure, we're going to trade GameStop for a book when they're a profitable company. They have great leadership. They have us. They have new product stream. They have new private label products like Raptor 8. They have the new connection with the little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles little collectibles. They got everything going on, guys. I have Pokemon graded cards, PSA graded cards, you name it, it's perfect. I went to GameStop today, and not only did I buy a Pro controller, which was like $200 something, and I got the warranty, don't worry, so $250, and I said,
oh my god, he bought the GameStop warranty? Never buy the GameStop warranty. GamerG says, wash your goddamn hands, people. Catch C. diff from not washing them, which C. diff is deadly. Wash your hands. Oh, 50% catch C. diff from not washing their hands.
Because it was over $250, and I went ahead and saw that they were out of sports cards. Everybody bought the shelf on sports cards.
MH Darkbeast says, Hannah, want to see something truly embarrassing? Trump serves disturbing message through McDonald's drive-through window about whether he'll accept. I'll save this for Chud Watch, but I don't want to deal with this today. I saw the whole Trump McDonald's thing. Another day.
There was none left, and the Pokemon section was looking a little light in the ass. So, and that's the whole wall. So yeah, I think people are going to Game. Oh, by the way, it was packed. So GameStop's there. I'm there.
I've noticed that when they have a lot of inventory, Marantz celebrates because they have a lot of inventory. They're ready to churn. But when they're like low on inventory, he's like, this is good. They sold out. There's no amount of inventory that he finds to be bearish. Kind of interesting.
And that's what's happening on the dividend front and on the stock that's never going over $50 again. The whole point of this that I'm telling you, okay?
Yeah, I saw that, Korax.
Is GameStop doesn't have.
He's giving away like $1 million a day or something to people who sign his PAX thing in Pennsylvania. It's really fucked up.
To go over $50. Doesn't. It just has to keep doing what it's doing. And when it keeps doing what it's doing, baby boy, and it gets its market cap over the prerequisite of what to get into the S&P 500, you never had to make it over 50.
The delusion he has about GameStop entering the S&P 500 is still so interesting. Toreador says they were thinking about naming a drink after Trump, like they did Arnold Palmer. A Trump is half Diet Coke and half Russian hooker piss. Oh, no.
But you will. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Dividends, S&P 500, all of that's going to happen. In my lifetime, in your lifetime. But me, I own the stock. How about you? GameStop, can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'll see you on the moon, millionaires. Peace.
He looks so silly in that astronaut helmet, unlike me in my judge robe and witch hat, which is obviously very cool and not cringe at all. I'm very self-aware.
All right, guys, listen, I don't give out financial advice. I just tell you what I'm doing. GameStop, you guys know I'm approaching 900 shares right now. Gonna have 1,000 shares by the end of the year. And I just buy a share a day for the last 3.5 years. I just keep cranking it out. This is the chart, okay? I want to show you guys something. So this is the biggest bullish pennant of your lifetime, okay? Pushed it all the way up, coming down, Dorito of Doom. We broke out. Well, now you have a smaller version of the Dorito Doom, but it's doing the same language, meaning just going to go ahead and push out, go sideways, but this is at a faster rate. This is going to break out.
I saw Trump's rant about Arnold Palmer's penis. I know all about Arnold Palmer's penis now. Benikagami, what do you want me to wear for the hats off?
To the top side. It's going to go. It's the same as this whole damn pennant. It's the same exact thing.
Wolf ears? Okay.
Except it's tighter. This consolidation sideways is dormant on absolutely no volume, guys. Only 1% of the total float is trading at a time. That's not the real market cap because that's not the real amount of shares that are outstanding right now. It's actually 446. We're at 9.5 billion. And that's at the very bottom of this stock. I'm trying to tell you how great GameStop is. GameStop's at $21.20 this week. It won't be for long. You'll
Can I
see.
do the wolf ears on
And how
this?
do I know that? Because somebody's coming in and buying thousands and thousands of contracts at 21 for November 15th.
Is that okay, wolf ears plus wizard hat? Is that acceptable? If not, it's fine. Let me know.
Is it Roaring Kitty? I already told you I think it is. But beyond that, I think GameStop, and I feel, and the way I see the fundamentals with the announcements they're making, the earnings report that's going to be coming out after quarter 3 ends, you're going to see a huge Call of Duty push right now next week. You're going to see everything final out.
Isn't Call of Duty coming out on Xbox Game Pass the same day it comes out? And I know that, to be clear, I understand that Xbox is the underdog in this generation. They're doing really bad, and even considering allegedly stopping being in the console business, but like that's a decent amount of people.
On quarter 3. Now you have quarter 4. PSA graded cards, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week, Christmas.
And most people buy games digitally, so I imagine most people even on PlayStation are going to be purchasing it digitally if they purchase it.
everything pushing forward for the new business model that is GameStop. They make a pretty penny. They have great margins. That gross profit margin is increasing, guys. They actually came in at 31% on gross profit margin, the highest it's been in 6 years. And now they're going to go even higher than that because the business is made this way. This is what happens when you have private label. This is when you have omni-channel marketing and sales. This is GameStop. Same-day delivery, great leadership, great investors. Pay attention. If you're going to invest into GameStop, this is the time to do it. $21 and some change. It's not financial advice. It's just what the I'm doing. I'll see you around, millionaires. Peace. Hi, guys. And here's the part I hate the most about Twitter. Let me show you. This individual here, right here. Okay, I put out there, I said 1% of the addressable market cap gives GameStop $1 billion to the top line. This is...
I hate this shit. I've talked about this before in regard to NFTs, but this goes for any financial anything. If a business or person tries to get you invest in anything by giving you the example of the total addressable market for this category is however many $1 billion. If we can capture 1% of that market, if anyone uses that rhetorical tool, run away. Run away, because you're not going to capture 1% of the market. 1% of a large market is huge and very difficult to break into. That should not be your initial goal. If that's your selling point is, if we capture 1% of this market, we'll all be rich, that's bad. That's not a good strategy. You need actual, here's how we're going to do this and break into the market, and here's what we think our total addressable market is and how we get there, not just, oh, hypothetically, if we got 1%, we'd be billionaires. Terrible. Briar Rose says, why does Marantz act like buying a share a day is something impressive or some kind of work? It's not like he's working out or doing something every day that's actually something that requires effort. It's him showing devotion to the stock and to Ryan Cohen. It's like a ritual almost of loyalty.
Is more bullish than people can imagine. The CAC costs you $0, which you should already know. Margins increase for service fees. It solves the problem, become a millionaire. Boom, great. This guy says here, no, really. Where did you get that number? I'm trying to stick a value on this thing. I put yesterday.
Oh, sorry, MH Dark Beast. Where it was? Oh, you got shown the cool Transformers figure yesterday, but check out this expensive beauty. Oh, God. Ghostbusters Plasma Series Ectomobile. Is it just like a very big model Ecto 1? $324. $400 for with all of the Ghostbusters figures. Jesus Christ. How big is it? That's crazy. The closest I have to something like this, I have a big Playmobil put out a really big like Star Trek Enterprise 1701. I have that model and it's great. I have it hung up on the ceiling of my living room and it lights up and stuff.
Hey, show, go watch it. I meant a source.
The X-Force.
Other than your fevered imagination, the answer is no. You made it up. Hi, I don't even know your name. Rye Ever Mouth Biters. That's your name, right? So I want to go to your account really quick. I'm just curious. You follow me. You've been on Twitter since February of 2024, and no one I know follows you. Okay, cool. And it looks like you're a Bed Bath & Beyond guy. You're a BBBY guy. You've been posting BBBY nonsense all month long. Oh, I love this. Hold on. So this is your whole account right here. BBBY. BBBY. Oh, it makes so much sense now. This is great, okay?
I think Marantz likes to make fun of Bed Bath & Beyond people because they're the only group of people that are below him on the totem pole of, like, really ridiculous meme stock stuff.
I'm curious as to why you put this one. I'm sorry to ask again, but I'm frustrated. I criticized a certain billionaire on Here and Now. MAGA is taking over my replies. If you do not know me, I'm Scott. Okay, I don't even know. What are you, Democrat too? Wow, you're awesome. I love all your responses, okay?
Complete non sequitur.
And everything's about Tupperware. Oh, man. Bed Bath & Beyond. This is too bad, man. Too bad. So you're questioning where my data comes from. I think I made up the number and it's just not true. But you're so factual about stuff, right? Like, What you say is matter of fact. The fact that I made it up, right? Okay, so here's the thing, mouth biters or bitters, whatever your name is. I have like 3,000 videos online. You would think somewhere in that world, someone would call me out for making up stuff.
People do all the time! Hello? Hi! Did you see the James Janney documentary? Did you see the Dan Olson documentary? Hello? Marantz! People call you out all the fucking time!
No? You would think out of the 77 episodes of Connect the Dots that I have, go ahead and Google it. Connect the Dots, Marantz Rants. 77 episodes. You would think someone could prove them wrong. No? You think I make stuff up? I only speak when something's factual, documented, right? Okay, so let's go look to where we got that number from, and then maybe you'll understand. You're a Bed Bath & Beyond investor. I can't even talk to you, really. Here you go. So here's some numbers.
To be clear, the numbers aren't wrong. The problem with this is that the 1% thing is ridiculous.
Here, and it says Big Business Energy, GME, the global trading card market size is estimated to reach basically $100 billion by 2027. And then it goes on to list all the other metrics that we can measure the gaming card companies. Worldmetrics.org trading card info. That's where it's from. So use like ChatGPT. That's going to work too.
Don't use ChatGPT. It puts out false information all the time. Really bad advice.
You get all these, Google. Google works. But yeah, we made it up. That's what it was. We just made up numbers out of nowhere, out of thin air. And why I told you to watch the show is because if you watch the show more than ever, then you would understand the things that are factual, things that are documented. We speak on them here. Marantz Rants. No? Okay. A daily show, thousands of videos, all the information in the world, and you would have got Bed Bath & Beyond correct if you would have watched this show. If you would have watched Connect the Dots Part 12, 13, 14, 17. We're at 77 right now, but if you'd have watched the early ones from like 2 years ago, you would have known about Bed Bath & Beyond and that investment, why it was never going to work out.
It's always interesting and telling when Marantz brags about calling Bed Bath & Beyond when literally everyone in the world except for the Bed Bath & Beyond people knew that that was happening. But it feels like it gives him a false sense of confidence. Like he's like, yeah, I was right about Bed Bath & Beyond and AMC. So I must be right about GameStop. And it's like, no. You saw the clear, grift there. You're just missing it here. Everyone was right about those things. That doesn't make you a genius at stocks. You're not.
But you didn't do the homework. You didn't do the due diligence. And then you call it the guys who do. All the DD in the world, kid. Been doing it for 4 years plus. And who? Who's going to second guess it? It's 100% accurate. Come see it. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop.
He literally said in a video we watched earlier from 2 years ago that it's $100 stock. 2 years later, it's 21. So he's not right.
You guys on Twitter, man. Tough guys. Telephone tough guys. Peace. Hey, Meltdown, can I talk to you guys for a second? Check this out, okay? Dude on Twitter blowing me up left and right about show me the numbers. He's trying to do his own analysis and break down a GameStop and what the profitability margins will be.
This is interesting. This video is very interesting. I watched this earlier. He seems to not understand that people who don't think GameStop is going to succeed, he doesn't seem to understand that that's not a religious belief. We'll continue and I'll explain.
For the PSA relationship, for the grading aspect, for all card gaming industry, right? Why do you guys care? I don't understand why you guys are doing math and trying to break down what GameStop is worth, what it will be, where it's headed. Who cares? You guys.
Presumably you should, since it's a company you're invested in, and I and other people who are detractors of the company, or at least detractors of this idea that it's going to make you rich, it's not a blind, we hate it thing. It's I would like to see the numbers, I would like to see the business and how it's doing. He seems to think that it's just some sort of nonsense grudge based on nothing. No, Marantz, people on Meltdown, though I don't agree with everything they say, often like to actually dive into the numbers, at least vaguely, to check themselves, because they're not in a cult. So they would like to check if they are correct. If it turned out I was incorrect based on the numbers, based on what was happening with the company, great. That's awesome. That'd be great for Marantz and people who have lost so much money. But that's not why we're here. It's not a sporting event, Marantz. We're not playing for different teams. We're trying to look at the reality of the situation, and that involves looking into these things like the numbers. Ugh.
You guys already deemed it a failure. You guys already said Ryan Cohen's a failure. We're all lunatics and cult members. But you guys are on a whole other aisle, right? You're on the other end of the aisle. So what does it matter?
Because checking if you're right or wrong consistently and holding your beliefs as tentative is part of being a functional adult? Kinda understanding why he's a Trump supporter now, if I'm being honest.
What's the what's the number that's going to trigger you? Right now, I just had a dude write me a message and he goes, you don't understand. It's so minuscule, the amount of people that are going to get their cards graded or even buy their cards at GameStop, and it's not going to... And I'm just like, you're not understanding what I'm telling you. Bro, put your thinking caps on, okay? It doesn't matter. The amount of traffic that it generates or the amount of money it generates, it doesn't matter, okay?
It does if you're an investor in GameStop, which you are.
Listen, profit is profit. If you can add to the value proposition, then it's there. One thing is better than the other. Nothing costs GameStop anything. There's no CAC cost here. Customer acquisition cost is...
Do we know that? Do we know what the deal specifically with PSA is? Is GameStop paying them a fee to do these bulk gradings? Is it just like a commission thing? I don't even think we know that. It's weird that he assumes it's nothing, because we do not know.
Is zero. You literally get more ups. Do you understand the definition of an up? It's when someone walks up to your counter, and that's when you can upsell them. That's how sales works. That's how marketing works. That's how retail can work, right? I.e., Bed Bath & Beyond doing a 20% off coupon every month. What is GameStop doing? GameStop's giving you service with a PSA graded card for the 1 or 2 or 3 that you get a week or a day. Does not matter. All that matters is that you have that service for them. And as adoptability
does he understand opportunity cost?
Happens over the next 5 years, 10 years, people are prone to do things after they've been told, i.e. go online, shop online, get same-day delivery, omni-channel marketing and sales. All of this takes time, but you want it now. You want it to drop into your hands. That's not the way it works, guys. And GameStop is...
I love Marantz telling people how the way it works. Benekagami says, Marantz, people who detract you check numbers to make sure they aren't crazy because it's difficult to believe so many people are so deluded. Plus, people hate the spread of misinformation if they've ever been lied to, and all this put together, plus everyone having a little culty in them, they kind of want to watch an asshole fall flat on their face.
Incremental. They've renegotiated everything. They're strategizing. And at the bottom right now, with all the cash in the world, and the great decisions they're making, those little things are going to make them better profits along the way. Never mind the macro environment never mind geopolitics, never mind whatever wars are going on and what the hurricanes and the destruction. Oh, they're closing stores. Oh, they're not doing this anymore. They're doing this. They got rid of their magazine. You don't understand, okay? Meltdown. Who cares? I'm asking you. Why are you guys like writing me? Who cares what GameStop does?
You should.
You don't care. Only the real investors do. Oh, wait a minute. Are you guys real investors on GameStop? Are you looking for a reason to change your mind? Or is your thesis being blown up right in front of you, like we've always said it is?
People check themselves, Marantz. Can you really not understand why people check themselves?
GameStop's profitable. There's one. Keep moving your field goal pulse, okay? GameStop's profitable. They don't have a cash burn. What do you say now? GameStop makes profit. GameStop has cash in the bank. They're able to raise cash in the bank. They have the best CEO. They have the greatest...
That profit's going to evaporate as the Fed lowers rates again. The money they're making right now isn't operationally. It's through the T-bills they've been buying.
Leadership team.
Yeah, Marantz got pretty mad when Jay Powell lowered the Fed rate by 0.5 point. That's not good for GameStop, because they're making money on T-bills.
And we never sold. We never sold. We're going to love this. Enjoy the run, guys. It's coming. Peace.
Here's Marantz in Vegas. This actually concerns me, as much as we kind of, talk about this stuff and how silly it is. I am always concerned, especially as a recovering alcoholic. I haven't drank in years, but I used to have a real problem. Seeing people with addiction is hard. I understand it. I know how hard it can be. Marantz is filming a video from Las Vegas. Now, I've never suffered from gambling addiction, but it seems to me that if you are a gambling addict that is trying to recover, going to Las Vegas probably isn't the best move.
All right, guys, enjoying my vacation right now, but I got the heads up.
What are T-bills? Treasury bills.
That Keith Gill's account just took down the video of Goodbye Stranger, his last Twitter post with the video, right? And that was just from months ago when GameStop was taking off and blowing up, and he was walking off into the sunset with $500 million position. Here's why I feel it was taken down. I don't know, maybe you call me crazy, but I really think he's coming back to a point. But it doesn't matter to me. Like, I'm still just buying my shares. But I think GameStop has nowhere to go but up. You know, I was actually brainstorming this right now with this damn Twitter post and this TikTok post that somebody wrote.
Congrats, Menu Frog.
To me. And I said, Marantz, GameStop only does ATMs every single time the stock price goes up. That's what you're being stuck with. You know, leadership this, leadership that. And that's not the case. Like, you know, GameStop's only spiked, legit spiked 1, 2, 3, 4 times since I've owned it, or since I've.
They've only diluted into the pump 4 times.
Seen it, or since
they won't do it again. It's only been 4 of the last 4 times.
So we really start.
Benikagami says confidence men like Marantz don't understand healthy self-doubt that allows people to challenge their own beliefs so they can grow. His entire identity is built on this massive ego, so if it falters, he'd suffer ego death.
Studying it. And
that's why I did ego death the natural way, by taking way too many mushrooms.
You could even go January, March of 2021, June of 2021, and May, June of 2024. So in those moments, GameStop absolutely did raise capital, and they should. You know, when you can go to the markets and your stock is grossly overpriced, is what people would call it, you can catch people and realize that you're just filling up the coffers with money that you would never have. You know, doing money the traditional way is one thing. Even getting money the traditional way, you know, from a company standpoint, from, you know, corporate itself, you would have to take out a corporate bond.
Ooh, I didn't know that Paladin lost. And GameStop's real bad at shipping. There was actually a YouTuber, a relatively big one, that reviewed GameStop recently. Got, I think, millions of views, or at least hundreds of thousands of views. And he tried out, like, the online shipping stuff. I think he ordered, like, a used Wii U, and they sent him an action figure? Like, they sent him the completely wrong thing. Like, it was just absurd. So GameStop shipping is already really, really bad. So they're probably going to lose some cards.
Of bond from any lending, idea that these lending instruments, that you could pay them back. And a lot of companies cripple themselves by doing it this way. So whether it be private credit and or like this, like an actual bond, GameStop's not doing that. They actually are raising cash for the position itself, but they have zero cash burn. That's the best part. And they actually have a cash increase, and then they actually make money. So they're profitable based off of that cash and operations. So when you look at GameStop moving forward, they're going to make $200 to $300 million this year already. Then you get into
That was Austin Evans. He did get the Wii, but he was originally sent Splatoon amiibos.
The real thick of it, like better market.
I have a feeling if he wasn't a prolific YouTuber, I don't know if he would have gotten that fixed. Austin Evans. Oh yeah, I know this guy. Yeah, I've watched some of his videos about doing stuff on Temu. When was this? 7 days ago?
Did you know that GameStop
margins, more cash, because it's like a rolling snowball. It never stops. But if you spike the price, let's just say, this is the month that GameStop, it consolidates enough, it's dry enough, 3 million shares, 2 million shares a day is not enough, because once it gets, that compression on down, it breaks out into the up, and this is just from technical analysis standpoint, but GameStop's followed the TA the whole way. A 3-year pennant, and right now you're sitting here looking at about a 6-month pennant on a daily chart that looks like it's ready to cook. That's how tight it is. And it never breaks to the downside. You know why it doesn't break to the downside? Because GameStop fundamentals. That's it.
What fundamentals?
Could you imagine a company that actually announces all of these co-branded projects? If you guys are not familiar, GameStop has numerous private label projects. And
so did Bed Bath & Beyond. They did a lot of private label stuff.
And then they have all the partnerships, and they're all like unspoken relationships. I mean, I've seen them for collectibles. I've seen them for PSA graded cards. I've seen them for consoles and game distributions. Like there's another one coming out right now next month, the Mod Retro. In addition to the Raptor 8, in addition to the Candy Con, in addition to PSA, there's like all of these things that GameStop's doing on every single little aspect of business. And those are all positives. They're all attributed to the bottom line. Like they literally are helping out gross profit margin. So in 2022, GameStop was coming in quarter 4 16% on gross profit. They're at 31% right now, guys. Like it's almost double that number. Even on,
and their revenue is still shrinking. Their footprint continues to shrink.
Common quarter to quarter runs, they were at 24, 25%, and peaking out at 26, 27. They're 500 basis points above that right now. So I can only imagine what they're going to do quarter 3. And I love quarter 3. I love the way it's positioned for GameStop, all these new announcements. And then you roll it into quarter 4. It's going to take you maybe a year to get fully adapted to what GameStop is doing and how they're making their margins. But, I mean, you annualize on that number, then you reset your P&L. And the only reason why I tell you reset your P&L because it's still being reported GameStop is closing stores, which is phenomenal. Because for those individuals that shop at those
It's phenomenal they're closing stores,
they now have to adopt the idea of going to GameStop.com or going to another GameStop store.
Or they'll go to any other store that sells video games, like a Walmart or a Target, or they'll download games digitally. Why in the world does he think people's first thought is they're going to go to GameStop.com?
So you really don't lose.
Yeah, he's assuming brand loyalty, and I don't know why.
Those people. So you'll get them back. That's my point. You'll get them back. The core group of gamers never leave. They just find another place to shop. And in this
they'll find another place to shop that isn't GameStop.
case, GameStop, with 3,000 GameStops. And I don't want to tell you there's less or more. I think in the U.S. there's 2,900 the last time we counted. And that number can keep coming down by closing GameStops. But GameStop opened up, 45 new GameStops last year while closing 90 domestically. It was something like that. It was like 2 for 1, basically. For every 2 they closed, they opened 1. I can't remember the number right now. I don't have my computer on me. But I'm just telling you, pay attention to companies like this. Companies that are in full transition, full pivot, and no one's paying. They're giving you great value, by the way. 2 to 1 on sales, 2 to 1 on book, everything. Like, think about it. Sales is 5 billion. The market cap is 10 billion. You're 2 times sales.
Okay.
So
their sales are this annoys me to no end with Marantz. Revenue isn't profit. If you bring in $5 billion, but it cost you more than that to bring that in, you have negative profit. You lost money. Benikagami says, Marantz, the PlayStation Network store and Nintendo store exist. That's where most people buy games online.
That's not a lot. I'm just letting you know that's not a lot. Then you go and look at the actual book value.
Menu Frog asks, I'm curious, how many people subscribed to Hannah from the James Janney doc? You were amazing, by the way. Thank you very much. Since the James Janney doc, I've gotten roughly 1,000 YouTube subscribers from it. Very nice. I appreciate it. Thank you again to James, and I know James doesn't watch me or anything, but just broadly, thanks for including me in that. It was fun.
Book is at $11. The stock price is at 21. You're not even 2x
past your book. That's wild, considering the company makes a profit. And then you look at the leadership, you look at all the products, you look at all the revenue streams, and you say to yourself, you know what? This is a company that has potential. This is a company that's going to get through it. Because the economic headwinds is one thing. It's when you have the economic tailwinds, that's when the company becomes profitable.
I noticed this. He watched a video a couple days ago where someone used the term economic tailwinds, and now he's saying it here. It seems like he picks up jargon that he hears other people say and uses it. Like everyone does that to some extent. You learn a new word. But it just feels like he tries to get legitimacy by using words he just learned, like yesterday, without a complete understanding of the meaning. Makes him sound more legitimate.
So I anticipate GameStop, building back better and making GameStop great again. I think they're going to do all of those things, and I'm going to be here for it. So to be invested at $21 a share, to be invested when they're always raising cash, guys, they're raising all the cash in the world. They're never taking it from you. Shareholder equity has increased. If you're a shareholder today, over the last 2 years, GameStop, you're green. Any share you've bought over the last 2 years, you're essentially green. I showed my buy orders.
You're down.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shares that are up over 100%, 50%, 60%. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. You just keep plugging away. And if you bought in at one day and it was a lot all at once, I get it. But I'm not going to lose sleep over this investment that I get to keep making every day. So that's what I'm doing on vacation, guys. We're going to get some breakfast. We're going to go walk the strip. Maybe go to this card show. There's a huge card show at the Rio right now. There's not a PSA table there. There's Beckett. There's all these other tables I already talked about. But there's a Pokemon thing. I thought about going around and telling them just how great GameStop is and PSA. I haven't decided, though, because it's a last-minute thing and it's the last day of the card show. But I will be walking the strip. I have a new concept on how I'm going to give away stuff. It's pretty cool. But we got stuff to give away. We had things to do. Last night, what did we do last night, guys?
From there, he just talks about his personal life, which I don't really care about. This, I think we will watch real quick. I don't normally like to watch produced content other people have already done, because I feel like it tends to steal views from them. But frankly, Austin has 5.5 million subscribers, and this video already has 400,000 views. I think he's good. I don't think my small audience will make a dent in that. And it is relevant, so I would like to see his experience with GameStop Retro, because I actually haven't seen this yet, but I heard he had just a terrible time. So let's check it out, and then we're probably going to be done for the day. I'm going to do a patron-only stream after this, so if you'd like to be a part of that, either become a YouTube member or join the Patreon, and you'll get a link. You'll get the link for Patreon on the Patreon feed, and you'll get the link for YouTube members in the YouTube community tab once I start. So if you want to be a part of that, we're going to watch another public domain horror movie, and that's how you can do it.
Have a retro store now? So this is a brand new initiative where certain GameStops are now being branded as GameStop Retro, and they're going to be carrying consoles, old games. Theoretically, you can find all kinds of stuff. So Xbox 360s, Super Nintendos, games, you name it. At least that's what they want you to think. Now, GameStop have sold retro games on their site for quite a while, but actually being able to get this kind of stuff in stores seems like a good idea. But are the prices any good? And importantly, is there any kind of selection? No luck. So even though it's still listed as a GameStop Retro store on the site, I was told that this is no longer a retro store, and instead everything has been moved to a different GameStop, which is not on the site, which is supposedly in Anaheim. All right, let's...
That's wild. Like, that's a change that happened, like, in the last 2 months. Because they just announced GameStop Retro, so they're already moving stuff around with it? Seems not great.
Try this again, shall we? So we are now at a different GameStop, which I will say is not listed on the site, but we were told that this is the actual retro GameStop.
Yeah, the Wii now is as old as, like, the Nintendo NES was when, like, the Wii came out. I feel old. Benekagami says, I shopped at GameStop until, like, 2019-ish. The thing that killed them as a company for me was the sleazy stuff they pulled during the pandemic. Like, trying to claim they were a necessary service and not even protecting their employees was the last straw for me. Had good memories, but I have principles. Yeah, that was really, really disgusting what they did.
up in the area, and we did call them, and they did confirm that they are officially a GameStop Retro. So let's go inside and see what we can actually find. Okay, so I would say that that was moderately successful, if you ignore my Pokemon cards. So there were a couple of old school games, some Wii, some DS, and they had exactly one console. So the way it works is people are encouraged to trade stuff in at this store, and then they will turn around and resell it. It doesn't seem like a lot of these consoles are actually being sent from corporate. It's mostly trade-ins that they just sell in store, which is an...
Kind of feels like they're half... I know, I'm making, like, broad things immediately. The vibe I'm getting is that they're kind of half-assing this. It seems like they should have bolstered the inventory of these stores to make it something you would want to go. Because, like, I go to a local shop because you all know I collect movies, so I collect DVDs and Blu-rays, but this is a store that not only does DVDs and Blu-rays, but they also have retro gaming, so they sell classic consoles and games and stuff like that, and they have an incredible selection. Retro gaming isn't my thing, but I do look around and see all their merchandise, and they have an absolute ton. So let's say my local area had a retro GameStop. Why would I go there when they have a paltry selection that they seemingly randomly have, when I could go to a local place that has infinitely more inventory that's probably at a better price?
Interesting way of doing it. This is clearly not enough to get a really good sense for the GameStop Retro experience. And instead of trying to go to 20 more stores to find like 2 more consoles, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna order some stuff from online and see exactly what the whole experience is like. But in a nutshell, it does feel like GameStop Retro is decent for games and very lackluster when it comes to the amount of consoles that you can go for. Thanks, buddy. And so let us evaluate GameStop Retro. I not only have the console and games that we purchased, but importantly, I bought a whole lot of stuff online. So let's start with the stuff that we got in store. And the only console they had, which was a DSi XL. They gave me a warning in the store, like, hey, it's a little
scratched up,
beat up, we didn't clean it, it transferred from a different store, which I like excuses before I buy something. Nothing looks too bad on the outside. It's on the inside. Oh, well, that's not amazing.
Ugh.
The top screen looks okay.
It's like they didn't even wipe it once.
Screen does have scratches, but again, I'm not gonna ding them too much. Like every DS has a scratch touchscreen. Like the stylus scratches it. So let me just take a wipe to it and clean it up because I feel like most of this will come off. All right, I'm feeling decent about this. Does it come with the SD card? It does not. Okay, that's fine for a DS. Does it work?
Yeah, I would agree Paladin lost. GameStop is doing the bare minimum to them, I'd imagine, and then just pushing them back out the door.
It is dead. While I get our DS charging, why don't we take a look at some of the other consoles that I was able to purchase from GameStop Retro Online. I tried to get a pretty good selection of stuff from GameStop Online, but I'll be honest, they actually did not have a lot.
So we got pretty much everything they had.
This is really basically everything?
Pretty much, yes.
So if you're going on GameStop.com and trying to buy retro consoles, sorry, we got them all. I'm gonna be fair, because as much as it's easy to clown on GameStop, I do think there's value in having physical game stores. All right, first of all, we got ourselves our Wii U, as well as Injustice for Wii U. There's actual padding in the box, which is a real improvement over what I've seen from GameStop in the past. Oh, goddammit.
Just loosen the box.
On the bright side, the game
They don't even have, like, the inflated bullshit. Oh, God. Yeah, they're gonna compete with Amazon, but they just throw shit in the box with no padding to keep it from flopping around.
clearly protected.
Yes, thank you for carefully padding the game. This thing absolutely looks sneezed on. Like, again, I have some sympathy for glossy consoles, but this has clearly not been cleaned in any way. Like, I can
Right? This is the shipping they're doing on consoles. Can you imagine the half-ass job they're gonna do on fucking cards?
Feel the dirt on it. Oh, look at the dust bunnies in there too. Yikes. Power adapter, which is first party, and the Wii U gamepad, which is also very, very grody. Oh, dude, do you smell it? It smells like your aunt's house. Maybe just for some sanitary purposes, I might clean this a little bit. All right, we've got our Wii U plugged in. Let's make sure that it works. Oh wait, does this have? I should actually check. Does it have an SD card? It does not. Hey, Wii U, and the gamepad pops up as well. Oh, they didn't wipe it.
Oh no, that's not good. Oh, that person might have credit card information on here.
GameStop are usually really...
That's very unprofessional to not wipe the devices. I've traded in devices before. They should absolutely be wiping those. Personally, I already, before I go in, when I've done that in the past because I got a new console or whatever, I delete the credit card number and the account myself just because I'm paranoid about it. But yeah, that's awful that they didn't wipe this with this person's ID on there.
Good with this. Oh, Fuzzy Buddy has stuff already installed too. Oh man, but that's like really poor form to just like not even remember to wipe a console before you like get rid of it. What? Wait, hold on. I've not used the Wii U in a little bit. Can I not control anything?
I don't know if the Wii U shop is still online. I know the Wii shop isn't. They got rid of WiiWare and all that stuff.
Okay, fine, whatever. We'll just run it on the actual gamepad. We have Wii Sports Club, which is already installed, as well as Lost Reaver's Notice. I know the Wii U is weird, but I feel like I should be able to control it. Yes, I agree that it's rated E for everyone. Oh, I need a Wii Remote Plus. Oh man, I don't have a Wii Remote Plus. That's so sad. All these Miis are dead. Let's see if the disc works. Yep, all right. At least it's not completely borked. Sounds like it's spinning. And we've got invalid disc. Invalid disc. So one of two things is wrong. The disk drive is borked or the disc is borked. Let me take a look at the disc and see if it's dirty. I'll say this disc is a little scratched. I don't think that should be bad enough to not work. Also, the battery's about to die. This is... I'm trying to be positive, y'all. I'm trying here. Okay, I'm putting on my best face. So what we're gonna do is we're going to try a copy of Breath of the Wild for the Wii U and see if that works any better.
I forget that came out for the Wii U. Sheesh.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I guess our copy of Injustice is just broken. How much did I pay for this Injustice?
Paid $7.
Not that expensive. It is complete in box. I assume that if I complain, I could probably return it or swap it. Oh my god, it has to update? What? Update? The servers are off. I think it's downloading the update from the disc onto the Wii U, which apparently is gonna take 23 minutes, or no, sorry, 24 minutes.
Genardi with 50 bits says, when I was in customer support, someone called in to say their kid's secondhand 3DS, supposedly wiped, had some inappropriate things on it. The icing on the cake, the store supervisor had signed the confirmation form without checking. Oh, lovely.
All right, well,
sure, that mom was thrilled.
13 minutes to kill. Why don't we check to see if our DS works? No? Oh, well, that is indeed fired up. Oh, I'm somehow taking a photo right now. Look at that beautiful DSi quality. Is that my wallpaper now? I think it's my wallpaper now. Oh wait, this was also not wiped. It was logged in, did you see for a second? It was logged into DJ's account. Just as a reminder, we got this DS from the physical GameStop location. Alongside it, we got a copy of Modern Warfare for DS. Get your stylus ready, boys. We have 12 minutes left. No rush.
Wasn't it 12 minutes ago?
Yeah, that's true. See, now you know how it feels to be me. Let's just do quick play. Let's just go into it. Easy, because I'm playing on DS. So the way this game works is this, the touchscreen and the stylus is how you aim. And then you use the D-pad to walk. Wait, how do you shoot? Wait, so I'm gonna aim, then let go of the stylus, set it down, and then shoot, and then pick the stylus back up, and then move again. Am I taking crazy pose right now? What if I do one of these guys? So I hold it like this, and use my pinky. This has got to be the worst, like, first-person shooter I've ever played.
Yeah, that's kind of confounding. That's not on GameStop, but that is confounding design.
Now, please make me feel better. How much do we pay for a DSi XL from GameStop Retro? Very reasonable, for sure.
Would $80?
$80? Yikes.
It's not terrible. I think $80. That's cheaper than something like DK Oldies, which, to be fair, DK Oldies would ship a higher quality console. I'm not like angry about it, but I'm not happy. And the Wii U's still not done. What are we gonna do for 7 more minutes?
Enjoy more DS Call of Duty?
No, we're not doing that. I don't do that.
Rough day.
You know what, man? I'm trying really hard to be nice to GameStop today, and it's really testing my patience. What the
Oh my god.
Wait. I can't believe it took that long to install an update. And he goes, hey, you want to go online? No, not again. Come on now.
Wait, it says starts awkward. Can we just skip it?
Oh, what? That was not an option before. Yes!
All right.
Did it. Nerdy says it was the second fastest my supervisor told me to refund a customer. The fastest was when we got told we either refund a guy's wife or she reports us to the editor of his newspaper. The look when we told the supervisor who was the complainer was priceless.
Now, Breath of the Wild, you may be surprised to learn, doesn't really use the touchpad. The touchpad is just a button saying, do you want to play on the touchpad or do you want to play on your TV? That's it.
It's weird to be playing Breath of the Wild and just listening to a disk drive just spinning as fast as it can.
So, I think it's safe to say that even though there's a lot of weirdness here, this Wii U is functional. Our game came not functional. The Wii U game, poorly padded, dirty, and still logged into some kid's account. How much did I pay for this Wii U from GameStop?
$114.
That seems too expensive to me. This is the kind of condition I would get something at like a pawn shop from, not like from an actual retailer. It's not terrible. It's just not good. Next up, we have a clean cardboard box. A clean slate, perhaps, to evaluate GameStop's finest. Much like you have a clean slate when it comes to subscribing to the Austin Evans channel. Do you know that we do videos on a regular basis, making fun of companies who are trying their best and they're not really doing a good job of it? Okay, well, this is some real padding.
Oh yeah, they threw padding into that one.
Oh my goodness. In addition to the real padding, is that an actual custom box?
Wow.
This is our PS2 Slim GameStop refurb. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I might cry.
It's actually wrapped. I'm impressed.
Are these like protectors or something?
Yeah, so they don't move.
GameStop care enough about a PS2?
Wow,
They add these
that's so interesting, the wild difference between the two console shipping. Were they different warehouses or different stores? And there's just like a crazy quality like difference between the two, and across their like networks or whatever, they just do not have quality control handled.
little rubber protectors to not break the sticks. This says GameStop on it, right? I didn't actually order from someone else. GameStop doesn't smell bad. Authentic controller.
Specifically because this one was refurbished, maybe?
Didn't work. Where's the catch? There's a catch here. There's definitely gonna be a catch here. Don't let me down now. They didn't let me down now. That looks great. Good. Good. Good's the word. I'm gonna stick with good. I mean, I'll say this looks pretty good. A little scuffed, obviously, but the black hides it pretty well. It's got the original label. It's kind of peeled a little bit. Did we actually get a clean, fully complete, well-packed console from GameStop? Okay, so I found a very slight issue. If you look at our RCA cable that they shipped us, the red, so the audio, one of the audio channels, is totally squashed and doesn't fit in the TV. All things considered, that's a pretty easy thing to work around, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for a game, we're actually able to find this one in store. So this is Final Fantasy X-2?
Yeah.
I said it right. Does she have a gun? Are there guns in Final Fantasy?
Yeah, there's tons of guns in Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay. I knew that. What am I getting myself into, Alex? Why does this feel so nefarious?
There's nothing wrong with the game.
Then why are you laughing so much?
Let's just say that this game, for whatever reason, went in a very different direction than most other Final Fantasy games.
I'm skipping to the segment that goes wrong. Because again, I feel weird watching this guy's video, but I do find it interesting given the topic.
We have one more item. And I'm deeply concerned about this last item. So let me just describe to you what we've got here. A fat PS3 and a PlayStation Vita. It's a little light and a little small. There ain't no way there's a fat PS3 in here. I'm thinking it's probably just the Vita. Maybe I should use the Xbox to give me some music while I open this. No, we get it. Never mind. Okay, fine. Also note, we took the tracking number out and everything, but the...
No, No, Jaden, I just try not to use people's fully produced videos like this if I'm not, like, criticizing them. It feels like I'm stealing their content.
Track number in the
So I try to minimize it.
little like label, it said this was a 10-pound box, and it is absolutely not 10 pounds. So I think someone just forgot to put my PS3 in the box. Like, I'm hoping that that's the case.
Is there a beat in there? Uh-huh. That doesn't look like a Vita. Is that it? No. Is that it? GameStop, why?
I'm telling you, man, the tracking number 100% lined up. Going through the list here, so delivered our PS2, delivered our Wii, delivered our Xbox, all makes sense. And you can see this one, track package. It says PS3, it's kind of small, but we got PS3, a Vita, Fallout 3. Says delivered. The tracking number matches this box. Instead of these items, we received the Splatoon amiibo. I was trying to be nice in this video. I'm like, I'm gonna give GameStop the benefit of the doubt. We're gonna go to multiple stores. We're gonna order online. I'm gonna contact GameStop and say, hey, I ordered 7 or 8 things or however many these are. I didn't get one of my orders. I got amiibo instead. See if they believe me. They probably won't. I'm gonna say that I got a copy of Injustice that did not work, and I have an Xbox that has a disc drive that does not work. Money back. Ooh.
Oh, God. Well, that's definitely not going to work on them.
You never know. Oh, looky what we've got here. I don't know what that was. Anyway, so it has been over 2 weeks since we filmed the last segment. So as soon as we finished, I walked downstairs and I called GameStop customer service. Now, to their credit, I was connected to a person immediately. Now, when I was on the phone, the lady put me on hold twice, but she didn't put herself on mute. So I heard her talking with her boss, asking if I was being legit or not. So I put 20 minutes on the phone. I was told, call back on Monday. Now, at the same time, I also tried to describe to her that my Xbox was broken with the disk drive and one of my games didn't work. And that was too many things to handle. It was impossible for that many things to be wrong. So she just focused on the box of stuff that didn't show up right. I call back again, spend another 30 minutes describing the entire ordeal one more time. For some reason, GameStop customer service finds it very hard to believe that I got a package that shows delivered, but didn't have the items in it. A couple days after that, I got an email saying, hey, we went over your ticket, we have reshipped you your items, which then didn't ship for another 5 days. I'm now outside the return window for my broken Xbox and my broken Wii U game. So let's take a look and see my final couple items, if these somehow redeem the whole thing. Color me skeptical.
What a shit show.
That looks promising. So, copy, and apparently this is the GameStop exclusive version of Fallout 3. We do have a quality pre-owned PlayStation Vita. You see that? You see that? You see that? All of that? My nail can get like stuck in that scratch.
So it seems like the lesson here is don't order things from GameStop because they don't know how to do it. Great. All right. I'd say we're done with the meme stock for the night. I had a bunch of other stuff pulled up, but other stuff came up. So that's fine. We'll save it for next time. So thanks everyone for hanging out. Much appreciated. I enjoyed hanging out and watching this weird stuff with you today. Let's see who we're going to raid. Like I said, we are doing a patron-only show after this. We're going to watch another public domain horror movie. So if you're a patron or a YouTube member, you can hang out for that.
She's wearing yoga pants. Let's just leave.
And we will raid Power. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Love you, Mr. Blast. And for those of you that are patrons or YouTube members, I'll see you soon for the stream. I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow, probably because it is electrolysis day. Normally, I don't like to do a stream that day because A, my face hurts a lot, and B, it's all red and rashy from the electrolysis, so I can't really put makeup on. I get uncomfortable with that. So probably not streaming tomorrow, but I will be back Tuesday for sure with Tinfoil Tuesday. So have a great night, everyone. Enjoy your Sunday evening, and I'll see you real soon. I've been streaming a lot lately. I have. I've been trying. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a great night.